Epic! Welcome, everyone, to my first podcast interview type meme. Today, I'm here with Dominic.
Hello.
Today's podcast is sponsored by NOS Energy Drink. It makes you feel like a car and run like a car. And Dominic's going to be using this later on.
We'll have a surprise for you guys later at the end.
A little demonstration. I think you know what we're talking about here. So, welcome, Dom.
Hi.
Welcome to the podcast. So we're just going to start off. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell me
Dominic Nora, 16-year-old car enthusiast. # save the manuals. So, yeah, as a kid, just started. My dad and my uncle were car mechanics. Always was around them all the time. Heck, at 6 years old, I was changing oils on cars, but slowly forgot how to do that because I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
But, so.
Nice.
So how are you?
I'm good. So, I'm just going to be asking you, some questions type memes, just, running down. I have a list here of things I want to talk to you about,
Alright.
and we'll just see where it takes us. So, starting off,
Yes.
the go-to beginning question, are you an import or domestic guy?
That's, in my opinion, a hard question because I'm not just that one guy that likes one specific car. I'm the one that likes all sorts of cars. So, domestic, I'm going to say the 1984 Camaro RX-Z. People will have their own opinion on, how we like that. That was the flop gen. I like that. You like what you like. But for Japanese, 2008 350Z Nismo, probably one of the best. I used to be that 370 guy, but then I saw that there was a huge aftermarket scene for the 350. I was like, I like the 350. I thought it was ugly at first, but then I saw the huge tuning potential they had, and it's better than the new 370Zs.
Yeah. So, but overall.
Yes, Japanese, because Americans cars, they're just take the new Camaro. What happened to
with
it?
The styling? Yeah, the front face is really weird.
I love the 5th gen
Go
look.
check out. I think I have that in my intro video if you want to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's just it's something I don't understand. What happened, Chevy? What happened? Because it's starting to look like a Mustang if you look at it at a certain angle.
And it looks. I don't like the whole shield thing that they did. I don't like how it's sort of closed.
Yeah,
off
my
and
uncle
shit.
has a 1LE SS Camaro 2019.
They kept the old grills for that.
Yeah, but he popped the hood. The radiator is being blocked a huge chunk. It's a small radiator, but it's being blocked off by that huge bar, and that bow tie symbol is vented through. If people didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They call it the blow tie. So
yeah.
So you'd say you're JDM more than you are Euro.
Yes, because as a kid I was a big American. Thanks to the Transformers movie, Bumblebee turned into a Camaro. I was like, this is awesome. People didn't really like the Camaro, but if people didn't know that the Transformers, the first movie, or was the second, that when Sam Witwicky met Bumblebee at first, he was an old 74 Camaro.
Yeah.
But when he turned into that car during the tunnel scene, that was actually a concept car. It wasn't the official product of what the car was actually going to look like. It was actually the concept car.
Nice. I've seen a Transformers movie.
I've seen, as a kid, I was a huge Transformers nerd as a kid. And most people don't really realize what shows were back then and how they have affected shows now.
Yeah. So, moving forward.
Yes.
Would you say you're a built or bought type of person?
I mean, I'm more of build because I just don't like those snobby people that just buy a stock car and think they're the fastest thing. I've seen people buy a Bugatti or Pagani or Ferrari and think they're the fastest thing on wheels.
And then they 2 days.
No, they either crash it or the fact that they get outrun by Supra or Skyline.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask you a question on this. Yeah. If you had to choose between Toyota or Nissan with their RB26D ETT or the Toyota with the 2JZ, which one would you be?
I have that exact same question coming up for you in a little bit.
Yeah,
but for me, I think I would go with, I love the RB platform, but I think I'd have to go with the 2J just because it's more robust.
Yes, even though it's a 3-liter, but actually I'm an RB guy because it has that good sound to it. Any 2JZ you could build, but really people just go for the 2J swap when they don't realize that the RB has the same tuning potential, but it's less liters, but it sounds a little bit better, in my opinion, though.
The thing with the RB, though, is that there's a video I was watching where the oil channels that they use for the RB, it's not as effective with cooling. So, it's not as robust.
It's not.
The block
I know
isn't
that's
as
the problem,
robust.
but if you can somehow figure that out, it's perfectly
Because the question is, if I were going to go with stock RB or stock 2JZ, it would be RB. But if
Because-
I wanted to make power, it would be 2J because the block is more robust.
Yes,
that's where it comes.
I mean, yeah, the RB did like all you had to do was take off the turbo restrictor because if it says it was making 276 horsepower, if you took off the turbo restrictor, it was actually making the same amount of horsepower as the Supra. Like, and honestly, I'm gonna give my opinion on the new Supra.
Oh wait, hold on. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Sorry,
We're
I'm
gonna
just-
keep it. No, that's
Alright.
coming up, and I definitely want you to talk about that. But that's coming up in a little bit.
Alright.
So before we get into there, generally, this is again generally.
Yes.
Do you prefer rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, or front-wheel drive cars?
Most people don't understand that as a project car, front wheel drives are good.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, it like I'm sorry, but it depends on what car it was. But
Yeah.
honestly, I'm gonna go for rear wheel drive because you can drift in burnouts. And I've seen videos of people who've been able to drift with front wheel drive. It's possible, but it's so
It's
hard
just-
to master.
It's just dragging the butt of the car. It's just
Yeah,
pulling the
I
handbrake
know,
and then
but
swing.
then also the fact that with all-wheel drive car, then there's a difference between all-wheel and four-wheel drive. 4x4 is because, like R34 Skyline, the rear wheels turn a little bit while
Yeah,
the
that's
front
four-wheel
two.
steering,
Yeah,
yeah.
four-wheel. It's totally different. All-wheel drive is like something else.
Yeah. Okay, so
But in
rear-wheel
my
drive
opinion, I'm
favorite.
gonna go for a rear-wheel drive.
Okay, so favorite engine configuration. So I'm talking like V6, V8, inline four.
Okay. Well, obviously, I'm gonna go with American for this one. Not like all this for my categories. For American, obviously, I'm gonna go for the LS7 or LS9.
so V8 platform.
Yeah, so V8. But for Japanese, I'm going with the VQ35. No, the VR38DETT. It's in the Nissan GTR
Yeah.
Nismo. I'm talking about the Nismo version of this engine.
Yeah.
The base engine, but the Nismo engine, yeah, you got a 3.8 liter twin turbo V6 with 600 horsepower and 550 pound-feet of torque.
And it's hand built.
Dude, yes, and it's durable too. Most people, these engines are just basically the V6 of 2Js or
Yeah.
RBs. They're just as durable, but there's less room to put parts.
Yeah, yeah. But if you had to pick one, American V8s or Japanese sixes.
I'm gonna go with the VR38DETT.
Okay, so you favor Japanese.
Yes, because I did as a kid, I didn't realize how much tuning potential. Because I like when a car spits flames and stuff,
yeah.
and it makes that nice sound.
Yeah.
But like higher revving.
Yeah. So actually, going straight into that sort of thing, do you prefer NA, turbo, or supercharged generally? So which one of those do you think is going to be the most
I mean,
enjoyable?
superchargers and turbos have their pros and cons, but
Oh, yeah.
turbochargers help with fuel efficiency, but you can get cheap horsepower with them. Superchargers, they eat up gas
Yeah.
because my grandpa has recently bought.
Well, I mean, you eat up gas whenever you're on boost, but that's the nice thing about turbos. You can stay
Yes,
off
but
boost.
superchargers eat up more
Yeah,
fuel
there is.
because they're like they take power from the engine to make power. Like I
Yeah.
love the sweet winding time, but if it was on for superchargers, American V8 all the time. But if it was turbocharged, definitely go for the Japanese cars.
Yeah.
because I've heard a Supra supercharged. Dude, what happened?
Why would you do that? I don't get that.
Anybody that does that, like, come on. I know it's whatever you like, but you're gonna get some hate. But right now, like, I don't care if this podcast, if people are gonna say mean comments. My dad said something about it, like how people are gonna hate.
Be nice.
Yes. I don't care. You haters can hate, but we have our own opinions. and
Constructive
you-
criticism only.
Yes. So yes, I would go turbo.
Yeah.
But naturally aspirated does have, like, the Lexus LFA. That thing still pulled gears. Oh, and the first gen Viper with its big
That was all NA,
V10.
yeah.
Yeah, that was all NA, and it still was, like, able to just pull.
Yeah,
Like,
hard.
some people, like, even the 370Z and the Viper are totally different cars, but
Yeah.
they have the same dangers to it. Like, they're still the
But
same way
Viper
dangerous.
is worse because it's no safety at all.
Yeah, the Dodge was like, screw all safety. I'm sorry for my language, but they were
No, you're
like,
fine.
just forget all the safety. Let's make this thing goes balls to the walls.
As possible.
Because
yeah.
the thing, literally, like, I like the new look. They quit in 2016, but I gotta feel
2017
their...
was last year for
their
Viper.
huh?
2017 was last year for
I
Viper.
thought it was 16,
Yeah,
but...
luckily.
yes.
There's more of them out there.
Dude, it was awesome. Like, I guess it was decent, but if you point... The 370Z and the Viper are, like, two different cars, but if you floor them in the wrong direction... They're gonna understeer, and you're gonna wrap yourself around the tree. The Viper and 370Z are just basically two different kids, but with the same mom, but they're both as dangerous.
Yeah,
So the 370Z is the brother from another mother from the Viper, and then vice versa.
Japanese. So, more on that sort of Viper thing. What are your thoughts on manufacturers moving away from naturally aspirated V8s, V12s.
I mean, there are
V10s.
some cars that actually might sound good when they're added, but in my opinion, I loved the big block Camaros, like the 69 naturally aspirated, because that's what American was back before. It was big, bulky, naturally aspirated power, but over in Japan, we had fuel efficient stuff.
Yeah, small, fuel efficient.
Yes, because thanks to the stupid oil crisis. Like, fuel now, isn't it like, what, almost $4 a gallon now? Or something,
Yeah,
or is it still like the $2 range?
Like $3.
Like, I mean, that's why I want a turbo car, because you can, like, just...
What that?
Huh?
Right now?
Yeah, it was like 190.
Yeah, it's actually pretty solid right now. But...
Yeah, but I mean, I just wish that gasoline wasn't so expensive. Like, okay, I'm going to give you a joke right now. Would you rather have your car completely paid off and insurance was free, or have 93 or 97 octane for the rest of your life, free fuel? That's a hard choice, dude.
Fuel, because I can pay off. I mean, I'd rather not buy a car on credit, but if I can pay off a car, like, fuel's a big expense.
Yes, dude. In 93 octane is pretty good fuel, dude. Like, that stuff is hard to find.
You need those. If you're running turbo, you really need
Yeah,
93.
just, like, boost it up.
So, I mean, do you resent the fact that manufacturers are sort of saying, we want to stop doing these naturally aspirated?
Well, at least just add a supercharger. Because
So you like the forced induction mode.
sort of,
Yeah.
yes. It has its pros and cons, but naturally aspirated, in my opinion, is easier to work on because you have less parts to, like,
There's less that's gonna
screw
blow
around
up,
with. Yeah.
So, more generals. Favorite body style? So it's like wagon, sedan, coupe, hatchback.
I never got the point because I like convertibles, but they have the big electric motors that make them heavy. But if it's like, I have a neighbor that has an old Mercury, but it looks like an MR2.
Oh, yeah.
Like same thing, but I think coupe because it's hardtop and there's, like, as long as there's less room. But if I have a family, like a Subaru wagon, like the one you have,
Subaru wagons.
it's
rad.
Yes, that would be perfect for a kid. Like, as a family, I'd able enjoy the manual, and B, still able to take my kids anywhere.
Yeah, you get that. That's the thing. That's what's great about the WRX wagons and why they should bring them back.
Hey, Subaru, you better be listening.
Next gen, 2021, give us the wagon. But they, at the Lavorg, actually, in my news video, you can see they have a WRX wagon, but it's not in the States. But the nice thing about that is you got the turbo engine, you got the WRX, you got all the good things with it, but you got a wagon body.
Honestly, like, I'm gonna give my opinion right now, but Subaru is probably one of the best rally cars I've ever heard of.
I have more Subaru stuff coming up in a little bit, so
yes.
hold on that.
All right.
Speaking of car brands, though, favorite car brand? I'm guessing Nissan.
Yes, I'm a Z boy. I love the Z's. Like, you can't, like, there's so much stuff for them, but
yeah, good aftermarket.
I mean, then you got okay. I have two favorite Japanese companies: Lexus and Nissan. My dad's a Lexus
Toyota.
fan.
Just Lexus.
Toyota made Lexus, but I mean, I love the Toyota Supra.
But you're just Lexus.
No, like, I like Lexus and Toyota together.
Yeah.
But the main thing I love about Lexus is its SC400 with its 1UZ. That thing basically was the 2JZ of V8s because my friend has one that has almost stock and almost everything is stock, but it still has some modified parts and da-da-da-da-da. And it's durable. Like, my dad told me how durable these engines are, and when I looked into it, yeah, people are doing crazy stuff with these 1UZ FEs, but now, like, with the Lexus LFA, if you want something that's, technically the poor man's Supra, an SC300, but they didn't make the SC400 with a manual, but you can manual swap those things.
Isn't the FC400's the new one that's, like, really...
No, the Lexus SC400,
SC400.
they quit making them, I think, in 2001.
I think I saw there was I think it was an LC. I'm not really sure about my.
No,
Lexus
not an
name
LC.
codes.
It's an SC.
Yeah, I know. I think there was an LC 400 that I saw at the Chicago Auto Show, which was really cool.
Dude, now
Newer
you
one,
need
though.
to, like, people, if you're looking for a cheap daily driver that's comfortable, like, I've been in an SC400 and an SC300, get a Lexus SC400. Like, I don't, like, they don't look as good with their stock bodies, but because they're lifted up, like, they're high on, their suspension's a little high. If you
gotta
lower
drop
it,
them a little bit,
yeah, you gotta drop them a little bit.
So, favorite car. Period. Just
I said this in the beginning, but I have from 3 different countries. Okay, from U.S., the 1984 Camaro IROC Z.
Pick just one. I know it's hard.
But
one.
I'm just gonna say this. But from Sweden, the Koenigsegg 121 2014.
Oh,
but those cars are nice. But I'm gonna go with the 2008 Nissan 350Z Nismo.
Yeah.
Probably the best looking
Those Koenigseggs
Nismos.
are amazing.
Dude, like, come on. They just released a new SUV that has the same power as a Chiron.
I thought that was a 4-door. I didn't think it was an SUV.
No, it's an
Are they
SUV.
teasing that? I think it's just a concept right now.
No, they haven't. I just recently saw a video, but
Okay.
now they're gonna make a base. Okay, so that model is like the expensive type, but then there's one that's like almost the same price as a LFA, and it's just basically a 3-cylinder with 600 horsepower.
That's a sedan. Those. That's not an SUV. That is a sedan. Well, I don't think they count as a sedan because it's got like I think it's got freestyle doors. I don't know. I know it has a 3-cylinder. I know what you're talking about.
Yes, that one, but there's a one with the same engine as the Regera. But yeah, that honestly, if you had, that would be the ultimate flex as a little kid if your parents had a SUV that has almost 2,000 horsepower, and if you floor that thing gently, just barely hit the gas, your kids are gonna be like, like in the seat.
That's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So
I'm gonna go with the Z Nissan 350Z.
Z is it? 350Z Nismo.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yes. They only made it 2007 and 2008, and they made like I think 1,066 of them.
They're really cool.
Yes, very good.
I love Z cars. I want if I was gonna have another car that was like a fun weekend car, I think it would be a Z. I'm excited for the new Z. Also,
I've seen the concept, but let's hope it's not as dangerous as the 370.
Yeah, it won't be. It'll be safer. So
I hope, because the 370Z, like I've heard
Basically
rumors that
350.
it's basically a Japanese Viper.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
So now it's time for the big car questions.
Oh boy.
Okay, so Ferrari versus Lambo.
Like if you look at the history, I'm gonna talk about classics. So let the Ferrari F40 1984, and then you got the 1989 Lamborghini Countach.
Yeah, Countach.
And I've heard rumors that they're bringing back the Countach, and I've seen some concept pictures of it.
Yeah.
That they're keeping that big wing that the old Countach had.
Well, right now they have
but it's active aero. It's gonna be like some active aero stuff.
They just came out with the Cyan? The Cyan, S-I-A-N, I think, which is supposed to be really cool.
I haven't seen it, but the Lamborghini Urus or
Urus, yeah, or whatever you want.
Sorry, I'm not trying to say it weird.
Yeah.
Sorry for my mispronunciation. I'm pretty sure people are going to be in the comments like
Urus. Urus. I mean, people say all sorts of things for it.
But I mean, yeah, that's a nice SUV. But like for $200,000 for an SUV that goes 197 miles an hour, I know it's like ridiculous, but it's nice for an SUV. But Lamborghini is going in the sort of right way because sedans, crossovers are becoming a big thing now, and trucks for off road.
Yeah,
like most people, slowly or sooner or later, most of these cars are going to be electric.
Yeah.
Like
and we'll
if
talk
that,
about
yeah, we'll talk about that. Sorry, I was just I just had a brain fart right there.
No,
I just got sidetracked, but yeah. So what was the question again?
Ferrari versus Lambo.
Okay. I mean, I love the sound of the Ferrari. The Ferrari F40 was probably the last car until the Ferrari 488 Pista had a turbo in it, but the Ferrari F40 had a twin turbo 2.9 liter V8 with 478 horsepower and 487 pound-feet of torque, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't know the numbers on it. But
yeah, but that thing sounded nice. Even though it was from like the 80s, early 90s, it was laggy. Like, there's gotta be turbo lag.
Yeah.
Like, its turbo technology was not as advanced back then as it is now. But I swear, Ferrari needs to bring back the F40.
Yeah.
Because the F50, that was kind of a iffy type of thing. Like,
so
it's got problems a little bit.
I'm guessing you're gonna say Ferrari's probably the favorite.
Like,
so,
but Lamborghini, I'm sorry to say, but the way they're making them now, there's something that just bugs me. Like, something about it. Like, the back end of a Huracan looks nice.
Yeah.
And I know you can twin turbo those things. They share the same platform as the Audi R8. They have the same engine and stuff.
I think that was the was it the Murcielago that was shared it with?
No,
the
almost
R8?
all Lamborghinis now are.
Well, they're all under Audi. They're all under Volkswagen Group. So.
Yeah, Volkswagen owns Lamborghini and Audi, but they're still sharing the same chassis.
Platforms, yeah.
Yes, even the newer Huracans have the same chassis as the Audi R8. If I'm remembering correctly, I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to say it, but yeah.
So if you were... What are your thoughts on the I presume your favorite Ferrari was the F40, right? That's what we're
yes,
going for.
but then also I love the Ferrari 458.
Yeah.
Because obviously 4.5 liter naturally aspirated V8.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got the 488, which the 4.8 liter V8. But that one I think came with the turbo. But there was one that they came with turbo. But I recently saw that they're discontinuing the Ferrari 488, even though it's the highest selling car right now for them.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's old now. It's a little old now.
I know, but if you just give it a redesign or something.
Yeah,
but dude,
I saw one in
okay.
Florence.
I'm trying to remember. I think my favorite Ferrari, two of them was the Ferrari F40, then the Ferrari 430 Scuderia or something.
Scuderia, yeah.
Yes, that was probably my favorite two Ferraris because the only Ferrari I'd usually use in any of my video games that I've played is the Ferrari 430 Scuderia.
Yeah.
It's probably the best sounding ones in my opinion.
My favorite is the GTC4 Lusso. I don't know if you know what that one is.
I haven't heard of it. I'm sorry.
It's the shooting brake one. So it's like a wagon, but 2-door wagon type thing.
Oh,
It's
that
really
one.
cool.
But then people are kind of getting confused about the Ferrari F12 fastback or something, or
Yeah,
the F12.
yeah, well, they
is
made
it
a
a
couple
flat?
of those.
Is it a flat 12 or V12? Because people are saying it's a flat 12.
It's a V12.
But daily driven exotics, I've been seeing a video that they've been trying to like twin turbo theirs. But
You can get it in a twin turbo V8 or you can get it in a naturally aspirated V12.
But they're trying to twin
Turbo
turbo their
the
V12.
V12,
Dude,
yeah.
imagine what that would sound like though.
That'd be amazing.
Dude.
So next big question.
Yes.
Mustang or Camaro?
Oh, I almost got caught there. No, I'm not a Mustang boy. I'm a full-on Chevy. I'm sorry. My mind just slipped me because I'm sorry for all you Ford fans, but should I just say the
Nick
joke?
Burris is angry. Yeah, sure.
Fix or repair daily, or I'm not gonna say the other one.
Yeah.
But people are gonna say first on race day, but the other one I don't. For YouTube purposes, I don't want to say it because I don't like. This is not my channel. This is his. But
Gotta stay PG.
Yo, stay peachy, mate.
But I think I'm a little bit of a Camaro. I lean towards Camaro a little bit.
Yeah, but
just
I
'cause
mean-
I think they are generally because they've always been like one step. Well, okay, the Mustang was first,
But
then,
no, back then, like
Camaro came out.
back in like 2006 and stuff,
Yeah,
like the
it was
Mustang,
refreshed.
when the Mustang, the V6, like the 5th gen Camaro. I don't like the new gen Camaros. Like
Yeah,
only
not
ones I like are the 2016, 2018. If I'm talking modern times, but if we're going classic, 1969 ZL1. But the problem is those are rare. And then the 1984 Camaro IROC Z, because I love that F body type. Like it's pretty much the best looking. All you need to do is just LS swap it. Because the engine was a flop. That's why probably most people hate it. But if it didn't have an engine problem, and you could easily fit an LS engine. Because, like, speaking on engine swaps, the Nissan 240
Oh, we'll
is
get to those
like,
in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we'll talk about engine swaps later.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
so
you're not Mustang.
I'm
you're
Camaro guy. I'm 100% Camaro guy if it's American.
Okay, and then Viper. We talked about this. We talked about the Viper, and it
Yes,
reminded me of this.
all right.
Viper or Vet?
As a kid, my dad loved the Corvette. And me and him would always battle against each other because I was loving the Camaro Z01 and he was loving the Corvette Z06. But he's not about American cars anymore. I'm slowly losing faith in our American cars now because Japan's doing good.
They have historically, yeah.
Yes, but me and him were always against each other. Like, the Camaro 5th gen was heavy. I'm going to admit it.
It was pretty heavy. Yeah.
It was a beefy boy, let's say.
Yeah.
But it's still packed power. Like the Camaro SS 2012 Camaro SS2 class and then the SS3 had the LS option. The LS3, if you got the SS2, you had like 460 horsepower. But that was naturally aspirated. But if you got the SS3, I'm trying to remember this. It's been foggy for a while in my mind. But I'm pretty sure that the 2012 SS Camaro with the SS3 package, you got a supercharged V8, so you're making about 510, 515 horsepower on it. And if you get that in the manual is more reliable because the automatic had a little struggle sometimes. Like, it would sometimes, like, disengage all over random and it would be back normal in, like, a couple seconds. So that's why I prefer manuals.
Yeah.
Save the manuals.
Say the manuals.
Save the manuals.
Yes.
That's what younger kids these days, like, we're a group of young kids
Yeah.
that we're on our phones constantly. I have had a little scary experience with people texting and driving, and I usually get mad because I see videos of people losing their lives. I've had my dad lost a couple friends to texting and driving.
Mm-hmm.
I've known a couple people that they've lost family relatives to texting and
drive.
Yeah, seriously. And manuals, that's probably someone's gonna figure out how to loophole it if they're that desperate to get on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, then don't drive at all if you're gonna text and drive.
Yeah.
Because
driving manuals discourages it. You gotta be doing stuff.
Yeah, because if you want to blow your engine, go right ahead. That's gonna be about $4,000 maintenance.
Plus,
yeah, and a new engine.
Depends on what you're doing. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question before we get sidetracked.
Yes, that was good, but yeah.
Yes.
Another big one, big rivalry. Means a lot to me personally.
Yes. Oh, I didn't answer. Okay.
We didn't get the final answer.
Corvette. But the new Corvette looks more like a Ferrari 458 and a Corvette and a Camaro. And YouTube don't demonetize this from to say had a threesome. And then 9 months later that came out. I mean, it does look good. But a twin turbo platform, heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
If you straight pipe that, there's YouTubers that have it that I've already done it. Holy crap, it just sounds like an old big block Camaro, but idling it you could hear the turbos. Yeah. Like, who doesn't like the sound of turbo spool up?
I don't think it was turbo. I think it's naturally aspirated, right?
No, if you get the ZR1 package on it.
That's turbo on it? No, because that only boosted by 15 horsepower or something like that.
No, I'm talking about the new Corvette.
The C8.
Yeah, I know, but they are making a twin turbo platform.
I don't think they have one
Plus,
yet.
dude, they do. Okay. They do.
Well, check out my I got news video. I think it's the first news video. Early 2020 car news on my channel. Check that out. I talk about the Corvette.
All right, but I will go with the Corvette.
So we got Corvette instead of Viper.
Yes.
I personally, Viper.
I do like the Viper, but the new Vipers, the old Vipers, I've heard people, I'm not trying to say boomers, because my grandpa...
They're both boomer cars.
Yeah, but my grandpa said that only a real man has the balls to floor a Viper in any way, because they're, understeers like crazy. Those things were death traps on wheels, but you had anxiety and stress, but fun at the same time.
So much fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like the new Vipers. Those. And guess what? The Viper only came in a manual. Same thing with the S2000. Never came in automatic.
Yeah.
And that's Dodge. I respect that you kept the manual for the Viper all those years.
Bring back the Viper. You can make it safer. Just bring it back.
Hey, put a roll cage in it. Didn't they already do that?
I think you get the ACR. The ACR.
Yeah, the ACR, dude.
But next question means a lot to me personally.
All right.
Evo or STI?
STI, man, because Evo, guess what? The Evo's been dead for what? Didn't they discontinue
15?
Yeah. But guess what? Subaru is still standing strong. And I swear, Subaru, I'm going to lose my crap if you could discontinue it. You're going to break all our hearts that...
You can't do this to me.
Yeah, you can't do this to me because the Evo already died. You won, but... Oh, I just realized. Then who's going to go up against the STI?
Right now, it's been a couple people. So there was the RS, and then Ford killed it. There was the Civic Type R is probably the closest competition it has right now, but that's not.
But it's front wheel drive with.
Yes, the Civic Type R is a track car. The STI is a
rally car. Dude, if I want to go off road, I want to go with style. But dude, remember the Ford RS200 Evolution 1998? Dude, for a turbo inline four, that thing was hauling.
Yeah. So you know about the Focus RS, right?
Yes, they killed it.
They killed it. So that was the closest thing to an STI. I loved those things, and they killed it because Ford is stupid. But
fix or repaired. And guess what? I've heard people say it's actually reliable. You just gotta keep oil changing. It was something with the oil filter. I think that you had to change it.
Same with Subarus. People say Subarus aren't reliable. No,
just change the head gaskets. You just need newer head gaskets
and get new head gaskets.
Yeah, that's
or
it.
Or just don't increase the boost. Any of those. But
wait, what's your favorite engine type? Which one was in your which engine platform did you like in your STI?
Which of the STI engines?
Engines, yes.
Of any. Well, what did they have? They had the
It
was the EJ20.
Then the EJ25.
They had the EJ22, right? And then they had the EJ25.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think the EJ25.
I'm an EJ20.
But I love the old classic 22B.
Yeah.
If I'm saying it right.
22B, yeah.
Yes, that was probably the sleekest. In my opinion, that was the sleekest looking thing, and it was on Initial D.
Yeah.
That's
22B best Subaru.
Probably one of the best. But guess what? I think this year, in a couple months it'll be legal to import now, or is it
Well, they were
already?
in 1998, so I think they're not yet. But
Oh, dude, but those things were
yeah, they're not
killer.
yet. Because
Dude,
it's a 25-year import ban, right? Yeah,
I think
so it's not legal. To
I think
import
there's a
yet.
specific no. Okay, I'm just confused. But
No,
I'm
it
saying
won't be legal yet.
I do love this. Dude, it's the WRX STI.
Yeah.
Like, okay, your favorite model of that?
Yeah, that's actually the next question.
Okay.
Favorite model. You go first. Of the WRXs.
In rally terms, if I'm going off 35, if I'm jumping in 35 feet in the air in my Subaru, I'm wanting a bug eye.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like, heck yeah. People just don't like it, but I do love the Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Because mainly, any video game I used to play, like Test Drive Unlimited 2, they had the Hawkeye 2006. And that thing, I would just drive and donut all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, we've played old classic games before that. Mainly, I haven't been able to get games lately, short on cash. I haven't been able to get much, but I really want to get back Forza Horizon 3.
Forza Horizon is amazing.
Yeah, I used to play that. I made a custom car in that game. But, dude, like, alright, let's...
So, for me, I really like my favorite. So, if you don't know your chassis codes, it goes GC is the first one. So, that was like the 22B, the mean eye.
Oh,
is what people call it.
The sleek eye.
Yeah, so then that, and then there was the New Age, aka the Bug Eye, and that's when they switched to the GD chassis, which is this one. And then they kept the GD class chassis, and they went to the Blob Eye and the Hawk Eye. All those had the same chassis. They just changed up the styling and the interior and the engine and stuff. And then they went to the Stink Eye, which is the new one, the newer one, and then they canceled
Wasn't it the 2013? Because that's where I've heard the Stink Eye.
It was
like the whole... They kept the Hawkeye, but it had a little stink to it.
Yeah.
And then it was like big.
And they got rid of the pig nose.
Yeah.
And then that's when they introduced the hatchback instead
Didn't
of the
Paul
wagon.
Walker drive one of them?
He did, yeah, I'm
Yes,
pretty
dude.
sure.
That's what I'm trying to think about.
And then, so that was 2008 to 2014. And then 2015, they came out with the Evo I because they sort of had the same style as the Evo. And then the Evo I is up until 2021. And then 2021, they're coming out with the new one, and we don't know what that's going to be like.
I know, but dude, they need to keep... dude, like... If I want to go off-road, like, people pick up big trucks and stuff. No. How about you take a Subaru WRX STI, slap on some good rally suspension, modify a little bit to handle all that, and how about you go off... Dude, I love... Yeah. Do you know, like, I'm pretty sure not most people that don't know must rally, but they like the cars that were in the rally. Did you know that usually... You know how they fly in the air, they go pop, 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 pop all the time?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had to usually change the turbos out of those cars, like when they need to modify them again or fix them. They had to change the turbos at least 3 to 6, 7 times every race. Because that anti-lag and two-step, the difference between two-step is sending, like, the two-step is the ECU telling the spark plugs not to ignite, sending raw fuel down the exhaust pipe. When the exhaust pipe gets hot enough, it pops. But then I'm pretty sure the, don't get me wrong, I don't know much about anti-lag, but I know that it's combustion inside the turbo. So instead of
combustion, it's pushing the exhaust through the turbo.
Yeah, it's making it pop in there, and that's what's destroying it.
Yeah. Well,
and that's the last thing.
That doesn't really hurt your turbo. It's just combustion in your engine, and then it's maintaining boost level. So the turbo, there's no explosions in the turbo. It's just pushing. Really
I've seen videos like where you know how some turbos get like glowing hot too.
Yeah.
Like the warm side. There was also the cool side was actually getting hot because there's explosions going off in the turbo too.
Yeah. That's probably not a good thing. But yeah, my favorite GD Bug Eye. I love the wagon. I think the wagon looks amazing.
Wagon. If you got a family, like. That's probably the best way to go.
Yeah. And then my favorite WRX of all time. I love the 22B, but my favorite is the STI Pro Drive Bug Eye. So Pro Drive is the company that used to make their rally cars for Subaru. So they would take a GD Bug Eye, and then they would modify it out with all the rally stuff. So they made some special editions for homologation back when homologation was a big
when
thing
you
in
needed
rally.
to make a certain amount of cars. Wasn't it like 500 or something, or 200?
It depended on the regulation. I think for Group N it was like 400, 500.
All right, let's go on to the next question. Before we
one second. But so they made those, and then the Pro Drive STI, because you couldn't get an STI Bug Eye in the States. Those weren't here until the Blob Eye came out.
Yeah.
But out there in Europe and in Japan and somewhere in Asia, at some places in Asia too, you can get the Pro Drive, which is just an STI Bug Eye but hyped up, and those things are amazing.
Yeah, dude.
So
Honestly, I love to go off-road in a rally car because it's nothing else. Like,
Yeah.
there's crazy videos where the people that drove Subarus, like, literally hit, like, sorry for like
you're
this.
fine.
Like, they went off, they hit this big dirt pit, and they just flipped up and somehow landed and just slid off.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I was like, dude, people are going crazy with rally. And I've seen people just fly off ramps, like, 35 feet
Go
in the
crazy,
air.
yeah.
Dude, go ham in rally.
Yeah.
Like, the adrenaline is real.
I want to do a rally, but there are no courses near us.
Yeah,
so.
there's no course.
And you need to have a car that you can beat the crap out of.
Yeah, because
so.
cars get beaten the crap out of.
So
like
the key is buy a really cheap car on Craigslist, like a cheap 3 Series,
I mean,
and just go destroy it.
insurance claim. I think we need to cancel insurance because this car's gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Just
real.
make it your race car.
Any rally car, your car is basically that's their death sentence. If it depends on who's driving. If you're not like any rally car, like anything can go wrong. You could have a professional driver and something could go wrong.
Yeah, don't expect your car to survive.
If you go rally, your car is on its death sentence.
So, favorite, I know you're not a big Evo boy, but favorite Evo?
Were the ones in Initial D like the Evo 3s?
They had 3s, 4s, and 5s in Initial D. So the first one...
I think it's the Evo 2. In my opinion, the Evo,
Evo
2
2.
because that just got legal.
Yeah, you can get
Dude,
those now.
that thing probably my favorite. But I'm not
Evo
more of an
5.
Evo. But dude, the Evo 10 and stuff, like
Those are cool, but they're big.
yeah, I'm a Subi guy. Come
Me
on,
too,
but
yeah.
I don't vape. I know there's some vaping issues out there that say otherwise, but here's a little fact. If you buy a Subaru and you're not a car enthusiast, you're immediately in the brotherhood.
Yeah.
Because usually I've talked to people that, like, are Subaru guys, and they would have, like, I would ask them, hey, what's up, and that stuff, and they wouldn't talk to me. They would just give me a whole list of what they'd done to their car.
Yeah.
And usually sometimes they didn't do anything to the car, and I said, okay, can I pop the hood? Can you pop the hood to see it? And they were like, I was like, oh, come on, dude, don't.
Subaru's a great community, though. You just gotta find the right people.
Yeah, just like...
Subaru's one of the best car communities out
Yes,
there.
but I don't understand that. Okay, so we got the Nissan 300ZX.
Yeah.
And what other cars? The Silvia and stuff. Yeah. But when we get the BRZ and Toyota GT86, like, they still have the same engine as Subaru. You could turbo in, that'd be fine. But
FA20.
Subaru, Toyota. Wait, did Toyota kill off Scion and they don't make them anymore? It's just
They did kill off Scion, but they switched it over, so it was the Scion FRS, but now they make it under the Toyota 86.
GT86.
Yeah.
Dude, it still got the same thing as the
It's exact same
86.
as the FRS. And
dude, Initial D, just deja vu, like dude, that was
Euro
like
beat intensified.
I mean, no. If I describe Initial D in 4 words, gear shifting intensifies. I mean,
That's not 4 words.
Oh.
But
sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm sorry. Are we still recording?
Oh my God. So favorite Evo.
We gotta
Evo
edit
2.
this part out, though.
No, we're keeping this in. Favorite Evo 2.
Yes, the Evo 2 is probably the best, in my opinion, looking. But I wouldn't really want to drive one yet.
Yeah. Well, I would keep it in a garage. I'd be too afraid to drive it.
Yeah, because you don't know. It's a beast.
I mean,
it's aggressive.
I might mess up and crash, and then that's a freaking Evo 2 that's ruined. So
yeah, they didn't make much. All right, so what's the next question?
Next question, another big one, or recently big one: Veloster N or Civic Type R?
I mean, who's knocking off who? Hyundai.
Yeah.
Because look at it, and also, did you hear that Subaru is making a track spec of their BRZ?
Yeah.
But guess what?
The TS, I think, right?
Yeah, that's track spec.
Well, that was tuned by STI, is what it stands for.
Yes,
but yeah, it's
I know, but come on, just Subaru add a turbo. We want them little.
They might be.
They want these little turb skis. A tiny turb ski would just be perfect. Like, we're not asking much. Just add a turbo and see if you still can make it 50-50 weight balance. Like, come on.
I don't know if you watched, again, in my news video, I talked about it a little bit. I think it's the second one. But they're thinking about putting the FA24, or there's rumors they're putting the FA24 in the BRZ, and if they do, they might turbo it. So we might get a turbo BRZ.
We all like to hear that. Like, we just love to hear that blow off. And just add a blow off.
Stock blow off valves damage that's the thing. Blow-off valves damage the turbo. So
well, I mean, they're releasing pressure in there.
Yeah, but you want the recycle. So you lose power. Actually, with a blow-off valve, you lose power and you lose you lose power and you damage the turbo because you're because
Come on,
sorry, I got Connor Shaughnessy.
Hey, make
here.
sure we're still recording, dude. He came in like a wrecking ball.
I got Connor Shaughnessy here backstage.
He's your cameraman, people.
He's
I'm
exercising.
the tech guy.
He's tech guy.
All right, come on, dude. Get
So
off
continuing.
All
right.
Yeah, he's out of frame. Continuing. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the big question. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, the anti-lag, not anti-lag. Blow-off valves. Blow-off valves, they release the pressure reaction of making less boost because you're not recycling it.
Oh.
And that can be damaging to the piping because you're releasing all this pressure at once. But they sound amazing, so it doesn't matter.
I mean, the RB like that. Who doesn't love the flutter? Who doesn't?
Yeah. No one. I mean, they're freaking amazing.
Like, you just hear the boost and you're like, wait for it, let out the throttle, and you're like,
yeah.
Like, oh,
I mean, the
so
Subaru
good.
doesn't make like that loud downspool sounds, but you can hear it build and then it just lets off and it's amazing.
Like, yeah.
But so I personally am Veloster N. They make a little bit less horsepower, but people have said they're more fun to drive.
I've seen they're not as big and chunky. They ain't chunky boys. These small little pocket
and they're
rockets.
hatchbacks, which I love.
I do like the Veloster,
and they
but
pop
could they
a lot.
make another edition where it's all-wheel drive?
I want them to, and I think they will.
But do they? I don't know. I haven't
maybe.
looked. Hyundai. Wait, we all know the Hyundai Genesis Coupe.
Yeah, amazing.
Didn't they make a turbo inline four? Then you had naturally aspirated V6. Like
Yeah.
it was a 3.8
Yeah.
liter V6, dude. That thing kind of did sound like a VQ boy. Like
Yeah, those are good.
Like,
I want
yeah.
one of those too. Okay,
all right.
real quick though. Continuing, best generation of Civic.
Gonna go with the 1993.
Okay.
The Civic Type R 1993
Yeah.
Civic Type R. Is that the
was
EJ or that's the EK? Which one is
It's
that?
the
EJ.
Who was the EK?
Okay.
It's EG, not EJ. It's either E.
EG.
I'm not sure which one it is, but I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the
I
hatchback.
think that was an EK.
Just VTEC. Wow, VTEC. Like.
I want a car with real VTEC because mine doesn't. The Civic I drive doesn't really. It has VTEC, but it's for fuel economy instead of performance.
Like a.
Yes. So now the war, lots of channels, when all these cars were coming out and getting bigger, there was a bunch of YouTube channels, a bunch of reviewing channels sort of jumped on them and were comparing them all. So out of the big hot hatch gang, do you prefer WRX, Golf R, Type R, or Veloster N? And we're not going to mention the Ford Focus because we already talked about that.
Yes. WRX.
Yeah, I agree.
Subi
boy.
boy. Dude, like, you gotta love it, man. And plus the back dual exhaust, didn't that, the one Paul Walker drove, the 2013 model, didn't that have an offset exhaust? Like, I know they did, but didn't after 2013, didn't they fix not all exhausts were the same?
So what they did was, I think you're talking about the Subi Rumble. So
the Subi Rumble, you gotta love it.
So historically, for the EJ motors, they've had what's called unequal length headers.
Yes, that's
so
what
it's not the exhaust, it's the headers. So you have a manifold, because it's a flat four, they had to come up with creative ways to get the air in there.
Yeah.
So they had, and for the exhaust headers too.
Yes,
they had
I
to
love
do
that Subi growl.
Weird piping. Yeah. So it created this burbling growl, which is amazing. It's one of the main reasons I love
but
Subarus.
guess this, people now they have equal lengths.
Yeah,
The
not
Porsche
all of
Boxster,
them.
the Turbo Flat 4, sounds exactly the same, and people saying that they're ripping off, Subaru's ripping off them. Dude, I know Porsche did have flatheads.
Porsche was the first Boxer. Not the first company, but I think there were other companies used Boxers before them, but Porsche was the first to popularize the Boxer, and then Subaru was inspired by that.
Okay, if you got a question about a RX-7 or anything Mazda, especially their engines, then I will trust you if we have anything. So what's the next question?
So really quick, finishing up the thing about the
All right.
the FA20 they gave it, which is so for the WRX, if you get the normal one, you get the FA20, which is about 270 horsepower, and those ones make those have equal length headers, so it's just like a normal exhaust sound. It's not growly.
I love the Subi Rumble.
Yeah,
It
but
was
the
like
EJ, the EJ25 and the EJ20, all the way up until right now, still have unequal length headers. We don't know what they're going to do for the new one. If they do go FA24, it probably won't have equal length headers, which
Dude,
sucks.
imagine
unequal
a
length
BRZ with a Subi Rumble.
You can get those. You can mod them out like that.
I know, but just stock, that would be perfect. Just like, perfect.
So we mentioned this a little bit earlier.
Yes.
Not talking about the engines and specifics.
I'm gonna take a guess. GTR.
GTR versus Supra.
Wait, are we talking old classic or are we talking modern?
I'm more thinking like R34 versus Mark IV, but it's whichever ones you want to compare.
Oh, dude. Okay. The modern one, I love the new GTR, but the Supra, why did you break my wallet parts in it? If you guys know,
and we'll talk
BMW,
about the
why
new Supra
is the
too.
new Supra with BMW? And guess what? People are like, I've heard, my dad told me recently that Toyota is remaking the 2JZ because people keep blowing the engines. How the hell, excuse me for my language,
It's fine.
how do you blow a 2J? Those things are just, you can take an AK and they'll take the bullets.
It's so they made, I don't know if they're still making 2Js,
but there's a
3JZ
concept. I've heard rumors.
They did say they're coming out with a when they released the new Supra, they said they're creating legacy parts for the Mark IV, which is just parts that people can buy in crates and then you can reinstall those.
Oh,
so
okay. Sorry, just like
I don't know if that means that they
I mean, if they
imagine
a 3JZ.
Yeah, I hope they do. I mentioned again in my news video, go check it out. I mentioned the disappointment that was
Connor's distracting me over there.
I've just got a lightsaber. Like, I don't know.
But where you're holding it is not right.
Oh my
Stop,
god.
right. Refocusing.
Demonetized.
The cameraman is doing some weird stuff.
No, I'm not. I have this lightsaber under the desk.
He found my lightsaber and now he's.
If I got adult humor, he said,
Stop. We're gonna get them. Susan, please don't hurt me.
Please don't demonetize
I'm
us.
not
Please
even
don't.
monetized yet, so it doesn't matter.
Oh.
But onwards.
Every swear word in the English dictionary.
No. Keeping it clean. Refocusing. Deep breaths.
You gotta have laughs here and there.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay, I'm good.
So you favor
I don't
which
favor
one?
the modern, but okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say this meme. It's an old meme, but if you had to choose between World Peace and a Skyline GTR, what color would your Skyline be?
It's fair. It's accurate. So favorite gen of GTR.
I would pick I mean, everybody hating on the R33.
Yeah.
Like, come on! I know it's
not that bad.
It's a little chunky, heavy boy, but it's still got the same engine as its older brother and younger brother. It's the middle child. I love the R33. I used to love the R32, but then I just realized that it has its problems. It's stiffer, but the R33 is a little softer, so it's easier to control. And didn't they make a GTS version for the R32 and R33 so you could drift those things?
Yeah, they made a bunch of there's the one they made a couple that are rear-wheel drive only. But my favorite R32. I just think they look the best.
I know, but dude, I love the R33.
Yeah.
Like, there's a game on my phone that like Pixel Car Racer, Studio Frankwell, if you're ever watching this, great game. Yeah, sponsored by Studio Frankwell. Pixel Car Racer is probably one of the best games for young car enthusiasts like me and him.
It's amazing. It's really fun. So, more about that stuff. Personally, I'm R32. If I were going to pick one or the other, I lean a little bit towards GTR. I don't like the R34. It would have to be R32. I just like how they look a lot. But speaking of that stuff more, RB26 2JZ GTE.
RB26.
All right.
I'd be RB swapping.
Boom.
Dude,
Excellent.
if I had a 350Z Nismo and if I wanted to save weight, RB swap it.
Yeah.
I've seen people RB swap 350Zs and 370Zs.
Crazy, yeah.
Dude, I just watched this YouTuber called Fetish Kicks or something that like fetish.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to sound weird when I say his name. I'm sorry, I'm butchering.
No,
your name. Your 350Z Nismo that you modified, awesome things. But he also has a G37 that he's RB swapping.
Nice.
Yes. So.
If you were to more engine things, 4G63 or EJ.
Isn't the 4 thing like from Toyota?
It's Evo.
Oh.
Evo motor.
Oh my god, I'm getting so confused because people are saying Toyota made it. Mitsubishi.
It's the Mitsubishi one that they put in the Eclipse. They put it in the Evo.
Yes, but there's a 4GTE or something. 4GTE or something. Sorry.
It's 4G63. I think is what you're thinking. That's the Evo motor.
I know, but I'm talking about the Toyota that had a 4G, like the Toyota MR2.
I don't know. It might be.
Okay, but
regardless, onwards with this one.
Yes, Evo engine.
Evo motor or STI motor?
STI.
Yeah.
Bro,
I agree.
You just gotta replace the head gaskets. I know the Evo is straight out of the work. It's perfect somewhat, but
yeah, I mean it's not perfect. The header's
cracked,
the
header's cracked. Once you fix that thing, it's good. But the Subaru probably it's more complicated to work on. I know that.
It has more character.
It has more. It's more. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's got more passion in it.
It's a little bit passion, but it's also more. What's the word that you're trying to describe something that's nice? It's just more not casual.
I don't know what you're going for. I get what you're going for, but I don't know what the word you're searching for.
It's just more
but like
it's not unusual, but it's more sort of special. It's not like in the bad way. It's like more unique.
Unique.
It's more unique.
Yeah.
Of the way it is.
And it's like you don't get like Subaru's the only place where you're really gonna get like flat fours for cheap. And it's just it has a lot more character. It's got a lot more personality. You can still make power with it. You just got to be more careful. 4G63s, you're going to make more power off a stock motor, and you're going to have less problems.
Yeah, but
nothing replaces an EJ.
Yeah, nothing does.
So next engine question, K-Series or SR20?
SR20?
Yeah, honestly, I'm K-Series.
Isn't the K-Series the
K20,
the Honda? Or go around, pump, just revving it?
I like K-Series.
I'm an SR20 dude because Nissan made a very good inline four. Dude,
Yeah.
I've seen videos of people making almost 1,200 horsepower SR20s, which that's a lot of power from a four banger.
Yeah.
Dude, imagine the G-force when you're just going, bah! Like you're just gonna be like
yeah, and it's light too. It's a small
lightweight
engine, so.
too.
So now I know you have some opinions about this one. Bugatti versus Koenigsegg.
Koenigsegg.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
He can't pronounce Urus. I can't pronounce Koenigsegg. So
Koenigsegg. Yes, I said this earlier. The 121 2014 is probably one of my favorite looks. Like it's got the looks, it's got the power. But did you know that Koenigsegg started with Ford engines? Sorry for your LS fanboys. I felt the same way that you're probably gonna feel now. Just I found out that it had a Coyote engine, but now they're building their own. So there was the CC8S, then they made the CCXR, then they made the CCXR Trivia Edition, but when they made the they made the CCX, then they started making their own engines with the CCXR. They made 2 CCXRs, but they made a bunch of Trivia CCXs. That's where it had the twin supercharged V8. That had a 4.8 liter, dude. Like, that thing sounds nice, but then here's the problem. There's only technically one CCXR just to base that because one's in Koenigsegg, like, factory, and the other one was destroyed during testing. But it did pass the test. But then we have the after the CCXR Trivia,
Make sure you're talking towards the microphone. Well, you don't have to be talking like straight into it, just a little bit more. I don't know how well it's picking up stuff.
I'd hope it's picking up. But I'm saying that they started making their own engine after that, but now Koenigsegg's instead of a 4.8 liter twin supercharged engine, now it's like a 5.3 liter twin turbo V8 pushing about 1,360 horsepower and just about 980 pound-feet of torque. Dude, I love the looks of the Koenigsegg Agera R, but the Koenigsegg 121, perfect. Yeah. It just looks so good. But I'm not gonna offend you Bugatti fans. That I'm sorry that Volkswagen owns Bugatti. Let's get something straight here. That a Bugatti Veyron is technically just, if you look at a Volkswagen Beetle and a Bugatti, a Bugatti is just basically a Volkswagen on so much steroids that it might as well be sterile. No kids for that one. Gotta throw in some jokes here.
I feel you, but I'm a Bugatti fan.
As a kid, I never heard of Koenigsegg.
Yeah.
But I was like, Bugatti. But look, Koenigsegg is rear-wheel drive. Bugattis are very heavy. The only reason why they're heavy is because I heard of an artificial downforce. Same with the Nissan GTR R35. It is heavy because it's an artificial downforce. But now with the new Chiron and stuff, it's like, God, I want to... You're playing baseball, man.
Stop. Focus here.
I'm sorry.
I'm not doing anything.
You're just playing bad.
He's just messing around.
Sorry, I got distracted.
So-
It was like kind of distracting. But yes, the Bugatti is heavy. Like recently, if I remember, they're almost to like the 10,000 pound range. If people are gonna
I don't
comment
think
on
that's
the
right, but they're heavy.
yes,
big.
they are heavy because it's an artificial downforce.
Yeah. I saw Chiron in the wild, and those things are pretty chunky.
I know, but when
they're-
dude, just like the startup of a Veyron compared to a Chiron, the Veyron's louder.
yeah,
Quad turbo 8-liter W16 engine, like bro.
W16 is so cool.
I know it's unique,
Yeah,
but the engine is probably the heaviest part. And
Yeah, it's
almost
huge.
almost the whole car is carbon fiber, and it's still
'Cause they-
over 6,000 pounds.
They went really different routes. Where Koenigsegg was like they went the turbo V8 route, so they made power with small displacement. Versus Bugatti was like W16 massive displacement.
And did you know that
less
actually
turbo,
Bugatti's
but-
back in the old day? Bugatti's been around for a long time.
Oh yeah,
Since
Bugatti's been
19
around for forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like
Classic.
if you boomers can remember when Bugatti came out, dude.
I don't think you can.
No,
But
the Bugatti had a naturally aspirated inline six, but this I don't know how many liters, but I know it was a big boy,
big engine,
inline six,
So,
big boy.
My main reason for liking Bugatti is the styling, because I think I like Koenigsegg and I get why people like them, but I just don't think they're as pretty as Bugattis. And I know a lot of people think, oh, Bugatti's ugly. I don't get that though. I think they're really cool.
It's your opinion. I understand.
Yeah.
The only reason why I would like Bugatti is because their all-wheel drive thing.
It's solid, yeah.
It's solid, yes,
that
but
power off the
your
line.
main if you scratch the paint or damage something,
I mean, same
you're
with
gonna.
Koenigsegg. They don't make many of those either.
No, actually, no, they didn't make many 1-to-1s because
Yeah.
of power to weight ratio, 1,360 pounds or 1,360 horsepower. I'm pretty sure it's like pounds, but I'm pretty sure in Sweden it's like kilograms.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like if I'll
If
look
it's
this up
kilograms
later,
or
but I'm
pounds,
pretty sure
yeah.
it's like
I think
1,360
it's
pounds.
pounds.
Yeah, dude, that's a light car. No wonder they call it the 1-to-1. Dude, and I'm pretty sure it reaches its top speed in 14.23 seconds.
Yeah.
Isn't it like
It's quick. I don't know. My
I think it's
stats.
like 279.98 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Or someone told me
It's up there. It's really fast.
It's like bro, imagine it's rear wheel drive too.
Yeah.
This is the scary part. It's rear wheel drive.
Yeah.
But
New
it has so
Jessica.
much aero bits on it, aerodynamics.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, the aerodynamics, it's slick, it has the curves. It is probably
don't
in my
like how
opinion.
they look,
I just
but yeah.
I know how you like your Bugattis and stuff.
Yeah.
You like your own cars like most people, the rare car guys you find are like electric car guys, and then you got the car guy that's like, yeah, I understand you like this and stuff. I'm starting to get there. I used to be like, oh, you like this car? Oh, this one's better than that. But
Yeah.
I've learned that you don't want to
Some
do that in
cars
car
just-
meets.
yeah.
You just gotta like what they like.
Yeah. You just got to be like, yeah, I understand your perspective. Like,
Yes.
I Evo and STI people.
They are
unite.
just at each other's throats.
Yeah,
Still. Even over
unite, especially
years
after
and
Evo
years,
died.
people are they're still at each other's
But
throats.
I think the car community is really good. Like over forums and stuff, you get people that get angry at each other. But like when you meet people in person, like Evo dudes and Subaru dudes and Bugatti.
yeah,
dudes
one
and
vapes, the
Koenigsegg
other
dudes.
one blows. Or sorry, I'm not talking engines, not the you dirty-minded people.
But also,
We gotta edit that out.
but
There's no editing of a podcast.
yeah, this is all going in raw. Well, not quite, but it's going in
Oh,
decently. All the same footage. I'm not gonna edit it, but it's gonna be funny. So moving on, but what I was gonna say is I think the car community gets along pretty well these
Yes,
days.
yes.
Like you talk to people who are like GTR Supra. I mean, everyone gets along. Everyone respects everybody's
yes,
opinions.
but I'm like for another thing, Mustang people. Usually, like I know the stereotype.
Daddy killers.
It's not a crowd pleaser. It's a crowd killer.
Crowd surfers. Yeah.
Grandma got hit by a Mustang.
Yeah. So moving on, because we've been on the Bugatti Koenigsegg thing for
Yeah,
a while.
all right.
BMW, Audi, or Mercedes. If you're gonna pick one. What? Which one?
I'm not really into German cars, but
Yeah.
there's that one German car. Okay, it is a Mercedes SL55 Black Series, I think.
Yeah, the Black
like the
Series.
long. It looks sort of that SLR McLaren type,
Yeah,
but
they did
if you know what
car
I'm talking
McLaren,
about,
yeah.
it has a bi-turbo V12.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much the only German car I like.
Yeah.
But wait, what about the BMW? I think it's the Z8 or Z4. I think it's the Z4 that has the inline, that little. It's like it looks like a miniature Miata, but it looks like a miniature Viper. So Miata is always the answer.
Yeah.
Get it, Miata, Miat.
Yeah.
I think that's how whoever created that, whoever said that. Props to you.
Excellent, funny you did there. I'm a Beamer boy personally.
BMW.
I like BMW a lot. I mean, I'm not a big Euro
my
car.
wallet?
Yeah, I'm not a big Euro car dude. If I were gonna pick one, it would have.
But since we are in America, and if people are all around the world, and
make sure you're
isn't a BMW basically German muscle cars?
I mean,
you got to think about this for a minute.
They're more so than Mercedes and Audi.
Okay.
I mean, they're not really.
I'm trying to remember. There's this one, the BMW Z, not the is it the M4? It's got to be a BMW M4 GTS,
Yeah.
that one that had the V10. There was a BMW
M5s. M5s are the ones with the V10.
No, they discontinued the car.
Yeah, they got rid of them, but
literally it sounds good, but I'm thinking the ones with the V12s, the V10s. Bring back the V10s, people. V10 the whole world. Like, come on.
Yeah.
V10s are probably the best sounding engines.
Really transitioned to V8s, and now they want to go to 6s a little bit harder. But talking about German, now we're talking about supercar killers. So, German side versus Japanese. Porsche 911 or GTR?
GTR.
Yeah.
Like every 12-year-old fanboy be like, GTR. Like, I know, but it's a computer on wheels. I get it. People say, I don't care if it's a computer on wheels.
Drives like a video game.
Yeah,
it's amazing. So.
It's like you're basically in a video game, but you're just in an open world.
Yeah, it's cool. The thing is, for the price, I feel like, I don't know, the Porsche is prettier. Like the R35 is cool. The Porsche is, I think you can pretty objectively say that the Porsche is a better looking car. But
which one?
911. The newest 911, the modern ones.
The only Porsche I would I love the 918.
Yeah.
But the two classic. What I'm talking, a modern and a classic. Well, the Porsche 918, the Porsche GT3 RS. Mm-hmm. I like that one. Yeah. Oh, I've
seen one of those.
That would definitely get you all the girls. But wrong attention with the cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for classic, I'm thinking of the Porsche 959.
Yeah.
The one that was like we didn't get, but now we have it, but there was not many. Didn't it reach like 214 miles an hour or 200?
I don't know.
I think it's 212, 214.
They're amazing though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like for the amount of money you're spending, I feel like because you're gonna get a lot more clout with the 911, like just off the bat. I mean, like because car people are gonna be like, oh yes, GTR, but like other people are gonna be like, oh, it's a cool, fast looking car.
Yeah, but
911 is like
but
a piece of
get
art.
this, that
Like,
Nissan,
nice.
you know, the highest recorded engine miles that car could go reliably. People can't even get it to near 200 miles an hour or 200,000 miles on it because it's rarely unheard of because people are modifying them. Mm-hmm. But Nissan, the most reliable engine Nissans have made is like the SR20 and the VR38. Mm-hmm. Like, dude, Pixel Car Racer has the game you can VR38 swap. Heck, I VR38 swapped almost all my cars in that game, even though you have a higher chance. But if it's a Nissan car and I know it's like we'll show gameplay, like if eventually when we do a gameplay review on Pixel Car Racer, then yeah, it's probably going to be awesome. And I can show them gear tunes too that gets them the fastest times, but you need specific specs.
Yeah. So, I think I lean towards GTR, but out of that 911 GTR thing, I think it's close.
The people that are listening, we're not GTR fanboys. We just like the GTR for what it is and still is. The cheapest one I found perfectly for like $60K, dude.
Yeah, you can find them for pretty cheap.
The only reason why GTRs are not as expensive because there's so many YouTubers explaining about this car that it's slowly just depreciated the value.
Yeah, well, it's also old now.
Yeah, so. They've slowly modified the looks of it.
Yeah.
But dude, the R36 concept, it looks like a Batmobile, but holy crap, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's just the front that I don't like.
I think the new Z is we pretty much know the new Z is going to come out before a new GTR.
Yeah.
But hopefully the new GTR does come out eventually because I think the R35 is getting a little bit old now. But we'll see. So more supercar killers, and this is one that people talk about a lot when they're looking into actually buying one or the other. Killer. Corvette Z06 GTR.
Which Z06 are we talking about though?
The modern one. So the C7.
So the C7. Well, I mean, given my opinion on it, I would go GTR because you can modify it, but the C7 does have head valves where they hold the valves and belts and stuff. The heads are prone to warp, and then that breaks the valve rods in them. So it's prone to that. It's the supercharged one that it's prone to having failure like that. Yeah. So that's why I'd rather go GTR for like
LS
reliable.
is pretty bulletproof though.
No, it was an LS. No, the C7 I think came with the LT engine this time.
Oh, I don't know.
You're thinking of the C.
Right.
You're thinking of the C6.
Yeah.
But if it's the LS9 supercharged, but it's the C7 and modern Chevrolet that have beefy engines are probably the LT platform. Okay. Because Lotus and Chevrolet built the engine together. Mm-hmm. And like the Lotus are using Toyota engines. Toyota and Lotus are sharing engines too.
Yep. So you'd say probably GTR for that one.
Yes, if I want a reliable car that's fun to drive.
So GTR is the supercar killer for you.
In my opinion, yes, because all-wheel drive, it has that 0 to 60 time. And dude, I've been seeing videos people putting the VR38 engines. They've been rebuilding them though. Yeah. But I saw a video of someone having a 3,800 horsepower VR38 engine. And literally, it peeled its tires off. Like, its tires spun so quick that it chipped it away. Mm-hmm. Like, just doing a burnout, and then it launched. But then when they checked the tires again, those tires literally were thick boys, and they were, like, run down. Mm-hmm. Like, holy crap. That's when you know you have so much boost that even tires can't withstand it. Mm-hmm. That's scary, but, dude, imagine the G-force. Your neck would have been...
Yeah. So, we've been talking a lot about the GTR.
We're not GTR, like, I used to be as a kid, but then when I heard about the Skyline, I was like, ooh, boy, now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. So, we've been talking a lot about the GTR, but now it's time for the ultimate, maybe not the ultimate GTR question, but a big GTR question. Are you a GTR fanboy? Or not fanboy. Do you prefer the GTR or the GTR?
Are we talking Skyline?
We're talking Skyline versus Mercedes. You familiar with the Mercedes GTR?
Oh, that one, yeah.
The green devil.
Yeah, the one that's in the Pixel Car Racer game too. Yep. Yeah, sooner or later, the Mercedes, dude, that's gonna break your wallet if something happens because it's basically
more expensive than this GTR.
Yeah. But the Skyline R33, 100%.
Yeah. So R35 versus GTR, which one?
GTR. Well, I would pick a GTR R35 Nismo. Yeah. Dude, the Nismo looks awesome.
Honestly, it's close for me, but I think the passion and the culture and the history behind the Nissan R35 makes me...
Dude, Nissan's had... Dude, the R32, V-Spec, didn't that win, 26 or 29 out of 29 races that it entered?
It was, 28 out of 29.
Dude, it was straight up whooping everybody's rear with that, man.
Yeah, it was... GTR has always been a devastating car.
Yes, just because we like the car for what it is doesn't mean we're automatically GTR fanboys. I would play the game.
It's got the stats to back it up.
It's got tuning potential.
Yeah, and it's got a race pedigree to prove that it's.
Yes, it has a history of racing, man. Yeah, it's crazy.
So now we're going back to a little bit more accessible cars. I know they're all practically the same.
But with different
BRZ,
looks and
8.6 or FRS.
Well, let me tell you something. The BRZ and the FRS have the same amount of horsepower and stats, but look different. But the GT86, and I'm gonna describe this car in 4 words: 5 extra horsepower, baby.
No, it doesn't have.
It has 5 extra horsepower. It has 205 horsepower.
They both have 205. They updated it mid-cycle.
No, not mid-center. I'm talking early models.
No, they both. Okay, so so when they partnered, Toyota and Subaru, they agreed that Subaru would be power plant and then Toyota would be body styling and chassis and stuff.
But I know, but I've heard that I've looked it up that the GT 6 only has 5 extra horsepower.
So I believe, what I believe they did is they came out with special editions. So they had the TRD,
Yes,
86, and then they had the TS BRZ.
I hate to interrupt right now, but my dad wants me to check in, but I'll still talk. But yes, but
hey, wait, we'll take a break. Come back. We'll take a break. We've gone in pretty far, so we're at BRZ 86 stuff.
Yes.
We'll leave it off right here. I got a big set more questions. We'll be back after a little break.
All right.
Epic. Okay, so we were talking about, before the break, we just came back. We were talking about BRZ versus FRS versus 86. Mm-hmm. So what we concluded through looking it up on Google is they all have the same stock horsepower, but you can buy special editions for either one that have the increase of 5. So really, the only difference is the BRZ has a little bit more, I believe it has softer suspension versus the 86, which is a little bit more track focused.
Honestly, if I had to pick any of them, I'd probably pick the 86 because I would pick a Subi.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be in that brotherhood where they're probably going to try to peer pressure me into vape.
They don't really. I mean, they're pretty chill. It's the whole.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. I'm going to Subi Fest this summer, hopefully. Assuming it doesn't get canceled.
Dude, it's got F1 and NASCAR got canceled, and honestly, I don't want to say my opinion right now. That. The coronavirus is something we've had something similar to this before.
Yeah, we have.
Wasn't it H1N1 that was just like it, but then now it's a common flu thing?
I don't know what that is. I mean, but the
it's something
with
old.
Corona is how quickly it's spreading.
Yeah, and here's a little conspiracy theory that ever since the last 10 elections, there's always been a new virus going out.
Yeah, nothing like coronavirus though. I mean, this is the first time we've had this pandemic status.
Yeah, it's been a while. So honestly, it's I know as long people think that just buying alcohol and just making up this stuff. No, just basic hygiene is what you need.
Yeah. Wash your hands, guys.
Yes. So for all those people that don't wash your hands after taking a massive dump,
wash your hands.
Yes, because you don't need to buy that much toilet paper.
People who are like, oh, I only went number 1. I don't need to wash my hands. You're wrong. It's not just about cleaning your disgusting fecal matter off your hands. It's just that we choose to wash our hands when you go to the bathroom. It's a convenient time when you're next to a sink to wash your hands. So wash your hands.
Yes, please, because I have actually just wanted to bring this up that one of my friends out in, I don't know which state, it was either Missouri or Wisconsin that I play Xbox with, has told one of my friends, they texted my friend that lives out in Texas, he called me and told me that he and his family have coronavirus.
They think they have corona?
No, they have it.
Okay. So
they are fully diagnosed with it I'm sorry to hear that. It's kind of hard at times because he is young, a little bit younger than me, by 2 years and stuff, and his family is plagued with a disease that causes their immune system to be very weak.
So they're a little bit at risk.
They're probably highly at risk.
Yeah.
And I know it's terrible, but they don't know how they got it. They are a clean family. They've always been a clean family. They don't know how they got it.
You don't need to be. Thing is, you don't need to be freaking out about it as long as you're
prepared
and you're prepared. You're gonna be all right. It's the thing that people need to be worried about is how quickly it's spreading and the fact that the U.S. did not roll out testing kits fast enough, so we don't know who has it. It's probably already in Springfield,
and we just don't know it.
We just don't know it.
I'm not gonna try to be rude here, but my uncle just he's a night trucker, and he he goes out and he told me about how now where he drives to Indianapolis and stuff, they have military men people out there in the H3 Hummers, full military spec'd out, and it's they have testing kits. He had to tell me that he had to wait a couple hours just to get in. And then when he had to leave, he had to wait a couple hours to get out. Because when he's loading all that stuff and it takes him too long. It takes him a very long time. Probably enough time that he can catch it.
Yeah, the issue is we didn't, so we did, other countries, South Korea was really good about, they were a little bit slow on initially containing it, but they rolled out a bunch of testing kits, so they've got it pretty much stopped spreading.
Yeah, but I'm just seeing that they, literally out in North Korea and South, my dad, before you picked me up over here.
Yeah.
He showed me a video that they're literally they're even cleaning the streets. They are just spraying it with chemicals. They are doing so much.
Yeah.
that this is literally like Plague Inc.
Yeah,
God is playing Plague. I'm not religious, but I'm gonna say just joke right now that God is accidentally using the wrong computer.
Yeah.
And he's playing the wrong Plague Inc. Because this is, I'm just joking around, but I think he's like, whoops, wrong computer.
And people are freaking out about like everything's getting closed down. I think it's for good reasons.
Yeah, it's good reasons, but people are just like,
we do need to stop.
Yeah, but it's like the whole McLaren F1 team. They have it. They have corona. Literally, they didn't know one of the driver actually was the one to first have it, and then now the whole team has it. And then there's one person, or I think one or two people on Ferrari that have it now. So they closed F1 out. Good. Now I'm pretty sure they're going to cancel NASCAR.
Yeah.
So all you...
I mean, we're probably going to see a lot of... I'm really hoping CPEF stays on, because it's in July in Joliet, and but it might get canceled, because we're seeing stuff this summer that's getting canceled, so we don't know how long.
Well, look, the fact that our school... we go back to school on Monday, but then after that, it's closed until the last day of March.
31st, yeah.
Yeah, it's that bad.
But
do you think they'll drag us back in the middle of summer to school?
They're doing what's it?
Online.
Act of God policy, which is we don't get added days, so it's treated as a natural disaster, so we don't get to. It's like a.
It doesn't add days.
It doesn't add days to the school year. It's just days taken away. So.
Okay, so.
So we won't have to make up the days. So.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
well, I'm not
really.
religious.
Act of God policy. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Act of God. Yeah. Yeah. I just don't get it. Just like. So let me get. I'm sorry if we're talking about politics when we should be talking about cars, but dude,
it's fine.
This is a serious thing.
Yeah.
But in my beliefs, I grew up in a family that have conspiracy theories that I think about it, and then it actually makes sense when you get it. I'm not going to bring up 9/11 because if you get me on that, then I'm pretty sure warning for no snowflakes that people get offended. I'm sorry that you lost family there, but I'm going to just say this quick thing. The government is corrupted. They will kill off their own people just to get their way. Because didn't I text you one time about in 8th grade, I was the Constitution test, and they said some governors will do crazy crap to get their way.
Yeah.
And then it said example 9/11. I literally screamed instantly. I knew it. And the governments pay the schools to numb us down to make us more gullible.
I think you've got some misconceptions here that are sort of.
Well, it's called a conspiracy theory for a reason.
Yeah, I think you should be really careful. It's not about offending people. It's like there are reasons why we know that that sort of stuff wasn't a government cover up. Like
there's some things that make sense. But
you look into it. You look into it, and
then it's if you start doing some research about it,
and you run into the conspiracy theories. But then you run into it more, and you figure out why the conspiracy theories are wrong.
Well, but some of these do make sense.
Initially,
some of them do.
It's all explainable. Is the thing. It's like saying it's close to some people you might think. Flat Earth makes sense.
It doesn't. We've literally been out to space.
Yeah, you look into it more.
I don't get these Karens and Kyles. They're just basically people that just snap instantly. And anti-vax people.
Stupid.
Dude, literally when the kid... Yeah. Okay, I'm going to make a meme right here. When your anti-vax kid reaches 6 years old, something's wrong here. I can feel it.
Yeah.
A little Eminem rap god meme to it.
Your 2-year-old child is having a midlife crisis. Because they're gonna die at 4. Anti-vax, stupid. We all know this. But saying
Nathaniel Sampson's an anti-vaxxer.
Really?
Yeah.
He
is? My God.
You know about that?
No.
Yeah,
oh God.
He talked about that. Talked with us about that in football.
Oh my. Hey, if there are any anti-vaxxers watching, get vaccinated.
Or any anti-vax parents, please. This is serious.
Your children.
Because
herd immunity.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, look. They're asking the crystals, this is my opinion, I'm sorry if I'm offending you Karens or Kyles out here. Rarely Kyles don't flip out as much as Karens, because Karens are women. Kyles are guys.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa. That was a little sexist there.
I'm not trying to be sexist. But women, I do have respect. I know that when they get to adolescent years, when they're starting to turn teens, they go through some crap that's terrible.
I mean, guys do too. I'm probably more emotional than most girls.
Somewhat the same. But we don't have to,
depends on the individual.
I'm not trying to be sexist, but guys get it easy because the women are the one that are having the kid. They're the ones screaming bloody murder. Not trying to be rude.
I mean, I scream bloody murder. That's all I'm saying is that it's an individual thing. Don't base your assumptions off of gender.
I know. I'm just like, I have respect for women. Like, I've had past with some, like,
you can't
I just don't
analyze
understand that. Why
how
I
people
can't,
act
like,
based off of
some
gender.
women, like, they give us hints that we can catch. Like, literally, like, you just gotta talk. Like, we just want to talk.
I mean,
like, I don't get it.
Guys
like,
do the same thing though.
I
They
don't
just, like, expect girls to be interested.
I don't understand. Like, girls, like, us guys, like, some girls, like, why can't girls be loyal these days? Like,
They can be.
like, it's rare to find one.
Not
because
really.
I've had a bad like, I'm not the one that was cheater. I was the one that was honest, treated them nicely. I always did all out for them.
So that's your personal experience, though. But there are lots of girls who are
Yeah,
loyal.
I know. Like,
well, it's just as many girls are loyal.
but what's this begone thought thing? Like, really? Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't get it. I'm just confused. But my sisters keep saying, begone thought, go away. I'm like,
Because it's a meme.
yeah, I know.
It's just an old meme.
Like, what? Like, us older kids, like Gen Z, like me and you, and our cameraman Connor over there that's watching YouTube and not paying attention to the phone.
It's fine. He doesn't have to. It's only recording.
I'm here so the camera doesn't shut off, and it hasn't shut off.
He's doing his job. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You just gotta. You mean when you really get down personal level and you talk to people, you quickly figure out girls and boys. There isn't
then
really.
Why do girls think that like guys just want to just get down and frisky all the time when we actually just want to
But then
talk
guys are like, but then guys can turn around and be like, oh, she's a hoe. Look at that thought. Like, you get it?
Well, I mean, it's just the way. Like I'm good with body language and how they look and how they act, how they talk.
Yeah.
And I can immediately tell. Like, there's some girls at our school that
Yeah,
I
but
know
that's an
immediately that I can tell off the bat that they're just not gonna end up well in the future.
Well, I mean, but then there are girls who probably look at like you and are like, he probably like quote unquote wants to get frisky, like he's not interested in a relationship. Like it's an individual.
I don't understand. Like, dude, like straight up, I just want to talk. Like, ADHD is something that most people can't handle because kids are hyper.
There's a lot going on.
Because it's something. It's common. Like, I have ADHD, and living with it as a little kid was, well, from in my dad's expression says, it was a pain in the butt, but also he found a way to control, because when he got me around cars as a kid, like literally showing me, I wasn't bouncing all over the place. I wasn't just like this. I was literally focused on something, and that's when he instantly knew that he found something that I like.
Yeah.
That got me to shut up.
Yep.
But it was
you
good.
gotta find interests. Yeah.
Yes, like he literally showed, like tried to make me do shows, drawing, all that. But when he literally saw me get into the garage, he was like, "What?" And I was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Here, just hold this flashlight." I'm like, "Where?" And then he has the engine taken apart. I'm like, I was quiet. He was like, awesome, like this thing, awesome. I loved, as a kid, like we all have taken stuff apart, right?
Yeah.
We took it apart, put it back together.
Yep.
Like, for my instance, going to schools that were terrible, like in terrible places, terrible neighborhoods and stuff, in my experience, it had to be fight or die type of thing. So, literally, people were finding to make weapons out of anything. Like, I still know how to do that. But I don't use that every day. My dad worked his butt off, and I appreciate that he did that for me, because he know me and my sisters were in a terrible situation, that he put in the extra work just to get us into a better neighborhood.
What was that about?
No comment. Like, I don't want to bring that up.
Okay.
No, not that. There was gang wars going around where I was living.
Yeah. Where were you at previously before Rochester?
No, last year, my freshman year.
Yeah.
No, what was happening? Kids were coming from Pawnee. My dad might have said something wrong. I wasn't there when he happened. I was home when he went over to the kid. Where I lived, there was gang wars happening.
Where did you live before?
Before freshman year, I lived down Pawnee, but that was nice. Yeah, but then we had my dad was dating a crazy girl. And where I was living before that, that's when the gang wars were happening.
Yeah. I
wasn't in a gang war. I have heard about them. Yeah. I listened on the radio.
You've been exposed.
Yes, I've seen stuff go on.
Okay.
I just really don't talk about it. I haven't been in a gang war.
But you've been exposed.
I've seen one.
Yeah, okay.
I've seen one go down before from a distance. Like, I knew instantly from the start that something was going on.
Yeah.
So I instantly got out of there.
Okay. That's fair. And then I was wondering if you have comments on how's Rochester compared to
all the other schools. Pawnee was fun, but the person I had to come home to was terrible.
Yeah.
But Rochester's probably one of the best because I've made so many friends because out in Pawnee, there's not many car enthusiasts out there.
Yeah.
But when I came to Rochester, there are so many car enthusiasts to the point where I feel like I'm at home.
Yeah. You know, the part that sucks, though, is that every loud car in the parking lot is a truck, though.
Yes, because, but I mean, wait until you get your, oh man, unless someone, most people are going for American cars these days.
I mean, it's where you can find them here pretty cheap, pretty common.
I mean, just get a rally car if you want something loud.
Buy Subarus.
Actually,
don't, because then the price will go up. But, like Subarus. Let me flex on you. But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, a lot of people are into like a lot of Mustangs are pretty popular. I mean,
yeah, but wait until you swing that thing. The only reason I would have liked the Mustang, but it's not the looks. Mm-hmm. It's just how it was built, like how the parts were made because they're cheaply made.
Ford parts.
Yeah.
So
yeah, life in the ghetto was never good. Just my dad had done a lot for me, and I appreciate what he did. Yeah. I really do.
Yeah.
It was just sad times, just hearing people just literally get whacked for no reason, shot at. Like, I heard one time that a pregnant woman got shot up for no reason. Mm-hmm. And that's, like, my dad. Like, what people don't realize are kids at a young age that are, like, with rich people and stuff. I've met a lot of rich kids, and they're that snobby rich kid that think they're better than you. Mm-hmm. But you don't understand that the real world, your parents' money could run out eventually, or something could happen.
Yeah, make sure you're talking into the mic. Sorry, continue.
Like something you could lose it all. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't get it. You can lose it all.
Yeah, people don't realize that.
I don't get it. What's the mindset?
Yeah.
That your parents are letting you have.
Yeah.
Just because you have a $600,000 to almost $1 million house doesn't mean that eventually when you get out in the world, you're going to have to do the same.
Yeah.
My dad, like, I'm not really good with my grades right now, but I'm getting them better.
Yeah.
Because I've been just, like, all over the place.
My grades are not great right now either.
Yeah.
I blame Dawson, though.
Huh? Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, life, us humans, some people take life for granted.
Yeah.
I've lost friends.
I mean, especially when you're in a fortunate position and you've got, like
money
you live comfortably and, like...
Yeah, your parents worked their butt offs, but then they don't care. Like, they just think just throwing money at their kid just spoils them. Mm-hmm. Because I know people that literally were taught the way they had to make money to buy their own stuff.
Yeah.
My dad bought me stuff at least.
Yeah.
He provides a nice house, nice almost everything.
Yeah.
But, okay, so we're getting sidetracked here.
That was a big sidetrack, but I think it was a good sidetrack.
Yes, just people. Don't take life for granted because it can be taken away instantly. I've lost friends to stupid people. Yeah. Like, one of these YouTubers I watched, he was on a live stream, and he got a call, and he forgot to turn off his live stream. His grandma passed away in a car accident due to a drunk driving incident. She died on impact. And she was, like, in her 50s.
Yikes.
And we heard the whole conversation, dude. The drunk driver survived because he went limp, but when you're about to get in a car wreck, you tense up, and that's how you break bones and stuff.
Yeah.
It's bad. Just, why do people do it?
I don't know.
You know you're drunk. You shouldn't do it.
Don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive.
It's like, it just pisses me off.
Don't be intoxicated.
Honestly, to do that.
Yeah.
I've seen, at my age, when I saw all this crap going down in the ghetto, at my age, I shouldn't even known about it. Yeah. I should have never known I should have known about it until I was like 16 or 17. I saw this crap at a very young age. Mm-hmm. And having a biological mother, even young when I was younger, was abusive. Yeah, it wasn't that good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now I'm in a better place now. I'm not dead.
But yeah, Rochester.
Yes, place. Rochester's probably one of the best places to live in right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get back to the cars. But just people, don't take life for granted because it can be taken away instantly.
So I know like 4 years ago we were talking about BRZ versus A6 for the FRS. I personally like BRZ just because the Subaru badge and I like how it looks better. I like how it looks. And you can get Woodbury Blue in it.
But AE86.
So that's what we're talking about next. AE86. Do you think it's overrated, and do you think the GT86 is a fair successor?
Can you be more specific on this?
So, the AE86, it is a Corolla, and people say because of initial. The only reason people care about it is because of initial D.
No.
It was really garbage car.
I mean, you have 127 horsepower at least. You got dual overhead cams at least.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you think that people are right when they say it's overrated?
Like, overrated in a bad way or good way?
A bad way. Like, people say, like, oh, people hype this car up too much. Like, why are kids getting excited about seeing an AE86? I mean, it's not that cool.
Because no, I don't think it's overrated. It's perfect, man. Because AE86, the person who drove that initial D was actually based off a real person. It doesn't say it is, but it was copyright sort of. It was a law type of thing.
They mentioned him in the show a couple times.
I watched it on Hulu. I couldn't find it on Netflix. They only had the movie. They didn't have season 3. They had season 2, but then the last episode of season 2 is actually the whole season 3. Literally all 24 episodes.
Don't spoil it. I'm only on season 2.
No, I'm not spoiling. I'm just saying that on the last episode of season 2, if you watch it, it's literally about almost 18 hours long because it's all of season 3 altogether.
You can watch them all on. You can watch the entire series. Funimation is the company that owns Initial D. They uploaded everything onto YouTube a couple of years ago, so you can watch everything on YouTube.
But with their new rights and stuff like copyright, I hope so. But I literally took me only 2 days to watch Initial D because I had time. Yeah. And I was like, I really wanted to catch up on it because I was late on it. But dude, for a show that was 1995, perfect. But
it's really good,
the AE86 is what started drifting. It's what made what we do drifting now because Formula Drift. It's Formula Drift. That's basically drag racing but sideways. We're drifting, in my opinion, and it's almost in every drifter's opinion, it's art. It's an art form. It's not... You can't... Why would you turn something into a sport? Like, I know it's fun and stuff. Yeah. But drifting is for fun and enjoyment. It shouldn't be for competition and that stuff. Yeah. Like, I know street racers would do that. But, I mean, still.
Yeah. So the A86 is great, in my opinion, because it was... cheap, rear-wheel drive, and accessible. So
yes, and it was very easy to work on.
And that's what started the drift craze. I mean, not the A86 didn't directly start the drift craze in Japan, but it was one of the reasons because it was so easy to get your hands on.
Yes, but now I've looked up we got 2 different versions of Corolla. One of them is like almost exactly, but it has a weird bumper, but it has the drift tax, and then you got the normal one that's a different one.
Connor, don't do that.
That snake's gonna get you.
She'll bite the glass. It's not good for her. You do know, I hear you talk about the drift tax. I think you might be misconstrued about what the drift tax means.
I've been looking that up and stuff.
It's not a federal tax. It's a term people use. Like, there's a Subi tax too, but it's not a real tax. It's like when people... So when you say you did, like, I bought a Subi, but... I'm trying to buy a Subi, but they all have insane Subi tax. It's not saying that the federal government is going to tax you for owning that car. It's saying that because people love those cars so much that when people go to sell them, they mark up the price. So an STI might only be worth $10K, but some dude who really loves it and knows he can sell it for a lot of money because other people really love STIs will sell it for $15K. So the AE86 and it's like the S chassis now.
I know, but the only reason there's actually
marked up. Yeah.
No, the AE86. Now I looked up. There's a bunch of them, but now there's like at least 500 in the world, if I remember correctly.
No, there's more than that.
No, I mean, the ones in Japan, not the ones we have
here.
They
still have a lot of them in Japan. It's just that a lot of them aren't in great condition.
Yes, anymore. But I'm trying to remember that this drift tax and stuff, it's just confusing sometimes. But I mean, yes, just like with the Supra, when Toyota was like, was it 2016? They were saying they were possibly bringing back the Supra. The prices went from a steady $50K, all the way. The most expensive one I've seen was almost it's almost literally the price of a 2012 LFA. And Lexus, if you're listening, I like the concept of what you're doing with the new LFA. Just don't overdo it.
I don't know anything about the new LFA.
No, they're possibly bringing it back.
I think they should if they do.
Dude, and keep V10 I swear, if it has a V8 or turbo, keep it naturally aspirated with the V10.
And make that sound again.
Oh, dude, that was tuned by Yamaha.
Yeah, that thing was dummy good.
We're
going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yes, but in my opinion, no, the AE86 is perfect. It's not overrated. You shouldn't overrate it because people... Like, you saw what happened in the show, and people can actually do that. The Corolla was 50-50 weight balance. Wasn't it like 2,360 pounds?
It was light.
It was a light boy.
I mean, in the show, they exaggerated it. Like, you probably wouldn't beat a GTR R32 with that. But, no matter how good of a driver you are, especially drifting. But, like, it is good. It is a good car for what it is. And I think it deserves the legacy it has. But do you think the BRZ 86 is a real successor?
Well, the GTA 6, yes.
Yeah.
It's a good successor because it still has 50-50 weight balance, and it's good.
Rear-wheel drive, front engine.
Yes, yes. Literally, there's a Top Gear episode that this dude was literally drifting it while reading a book.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Now that's when you can tell. That's when it's a good car. In my opinion, I don't care if anybody else say. Like, I love the look of it. It's got cheap. Like, you don't want to buy an automatic one because the prices are. The only reason why the automatics are more expensive.
You're good.
Is the reason because they're harder to maintain, but the manuals are cheaper
and lighter.
Oh yeah, and a little bit more torque. You got a little bit more torque.
Yeah, they're solid. I mean, I don't know why you would buy a Miata or an 86 with an automatic. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Did they make a Miata with automatic?
I think they did. I'm not sure though. But next question. Actually, they might not. They still might not. I'm not sure. Regardless, best Z ever. I think I know the answer. It's a 350 Nismo.
Yes.
Yep.
Wait. Okay, we're thinking now. So, Z platforms. Okay, I have two favorite Zs: a Datsun 240Z and the Nissan 350Z Nismo. I love the look of the Datsun.
240 looks amazing,
dude. It's still timeless. It's aged so perfectly.
Yeah,
like it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. I really like 350s are great because you can find them for relatively cheap and they're good performance. So I love those. I mean, the 240 was amazing. I wish they were more accessible and easier to mod, but they're so cool.
Yeah.
So I know the answer to this next one as well. I think best sounding engine, LFA.
I mean,
V10.
Well, let's go into categories here because people will have their opinions. But here's my category for best sounding engine. So I'm gonna say for the best sounding inline 4 engine, SR20 DET. For an inline 6 RV26. For now, we're getting to the V pattern. So V6, VR38 DETT, and a VQ35HR. Because if you close your eyes, well, not while you're driving, but if you're driving 350, you just gently hit the gas, it sounds like GTR. But people are comparing the 370Z to the GTR because technically it might as well be a mini GTR.
Yeah, people used to call the Infiniti G35s. They used to call those mini GTRs. Yeah. Between when they came out with because they came out with the R34 and then they came out with the R35 a little bit later. But between that gap when we had no GTR, people were like, "Oh, R35. If you want a GTR, just buy an R35. I mean a G35. It's the closest thing we have."
But they call it the Skyline out in Japan, but it's Infiniti. Nissan made Infiniti.
Yep.
But yeah, the Infiniti G35 and the G37 are basically the other. They're basically 350Zs and 370Zs on a different. They share the same chassis and engine, but they just look different.
Yeah. Whoever owns, I know there's at least one G35X in the parking lot at
I know who
school.
it is.
Whoever it is, hit me up. I want to review your car.
It's probably automatic.
I think it is automatic, but I don't care. I want to review it. So next question. Best. You've probably already answered this, but best.
Oh wait, I haven't finished. But the V6 thing, V8. I'm definitely going with a good old LS3. With the Camaro SS 3 with the supercharged V8. And then for best V10, LFA boy, LFA, best sounding V12. Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gotta be either a LaFerrari.
Yeah, LaFerrari sounds amazing.
A LaFerrari or a Lamborghini Aventador SVJ.
Yeah, SVJs are great.
Dude, yeah. But there's another. What's the other car that has a V12? I'm trying to remember.
There's several. I mean, lots of Ferraris have V12s.
No. Pagani Zonda R. Twin turbo V12.
Are they V12 or are they V8?
No, the base models had V8s, but then we're talking the old Paganis. Yeah. No. Wait. Sorry, I'm confusing myself right now. Like, yeah, we gotta research this real quick because I'm
keep talking.
no,
but
like
yeah.
I think my favorite Pagani is the Pagani Zonda R because it has a twin turbo V12, bro. That has the best sounding V12 in my opinion.
Oh no! I knew it was a V8. They use the new ones. They use the 6.2 liter V8 from the AMG GT3 race cars. So
I'm talking
amazing.
I'm talking.
Oh, but then also
The Pagani Zonda.
the Huayra.
The Huayra has
is a 6 liter V12.
No. There's the Pagani Zonda It's QIEU, I think. They only made 5 of them, and then you got the Pagani Zonda R that had the V12 here.
Yeah. So you can.
I can't see it because it's.
You can find the Paganis. So the Pagani Zonda R had the V12 from AMG. But the other ones, the Huayra and the normal Zondas had
dude.
V8s from AMG. So.
Okay, but there is a Mercedes that has the same engine
it's the
as the Pagani, and if you get a special type exhaust, it will sound like a Pagani.
That's amazing.
Dude,
Paganis have beautiful exhausts too.
Yes.
They're beautiful cars in general.
Oh, dude, they're sleek.
They're so nice.
They're like, it's either a LaFerrari or Pagani. If I had to choose, Pagani.
Probably Pagani, yeah.
Pagani.
Pagani's amazing.
But people are making the joke, Pagani.
Paganis are great though.
Yes, they very good sounding engines.
Yeah. So I think you've probably already answered this a couple times, but best JDM car. You had to pick one.
350Z Nismo 2008 VQ35 HR.
That beats out the 240SX for you? By a little bit?
It depends. They both can drift.
Yeah.
But the 240, it's balanced. But 350, it's a little heavy in the front, light in the back. So it's iffy. All right.
Prettiest JDM car ever.
I mean, what are we talking? Stock or modified?
Stock.
Ain't gonna be no 350, dude.
Not a 350. Yeah, they're not pretty stock.
Oh, it depends. No, they're a little high. You just gotta lower them.
Oh goodness! I just dropped my pencil. I don't know my pencil. My pen. Continue though.
Trying to think. What is the best JDM car that looks good stock?
I'll be right back.
I'm
Keep talking.
Like, are we going old or new?
Anywhere.
Well, you gotta let me think about this. But what's in your opinion?
I think it's hard to say.
Yeah, same thing for me because
it's hard to say, but I think
you know what? I made my decision. 22B Subaru.
Yeah. So for me, I it's hard. I really like the looks of 22B. I think it's one of the most pretty cars ever made. It's probably the the prettiest Subaru ever made.
But wait, a 350Z Nismo. I'm talking about base model 350Z. It would.
Looks alright.
Yeah, the Nismo would look good, but also
what I was thinking was 240Z because I think those are really gorgeous.
Oh yes. Well, let's make this a little better. So modern, so anything above 2000 or anything classic like under 2000.
Yeah.
So the classic for two
well,
top.
I'm gonna count this 22B as modern because it's close enough, and I say that's the prettiest modern.
Yeah. So the 22B and then Datsun 240Z are probably the best looking classic cars. But for modern, I'm gonna say 2008 Nissan 350Z Nismo. And another modern car would be the Lexus LFA.
Another car that I think is up there as far as the prettiest JDM, RX-7 FD.
If we got a question about that, then you know, boy, I'm gonna be.
I think a lot of people say the RX-7 is FD is the prettiest.
It's lightweight. It's got a small engine, but we'll talk about that later if we got a question in there.
Yeah. I like it. I'm just a huge Subaru fanboy, and I love the idea of a wide body coupe STI.
Oh, dude.
Which is why I like that one. And the 240, I think everyone can agree the 240 is just gorgeous.
I saw someone RB swap one of those things and is making
Have
about...
you seen the RB swapped STI hatch? That thing's super cool.
Oh, yeah. Got a little Nissan powered, but it's Subaru powered.
Yeah, it's amazing. And it still has super four-wheel drive in it, too.
Yeah,
I think they converted to Skyline GTR. GTR four-wheel drive. But anyway.
You know, Saab actually borrowed the...
92X Aero.
WRX
WRX wagon?
Yeah, WRX.
They called it the 92X Aero, yeah. I've seen those. Those are awesome.
Dude, like, you could just swap the badges on and it still counts.
It is still a Subaru. Like, if you look at the interior, it's the exact same as the Saab badge. Yeah. The exterior is the exact same except for the front end and the exhaust and the taillights, and other than that, it's identical.
Yeah.
I love those. They're super cool. The Subarus, they're cool.
Subaru.
What's the prettiest car ever? Period.
Well, I'm not gonna go all out with exotic cars because I love having a built car, not bought.
Yeah.
Like we said that earlier, so I'm going to say it's gotta be the 350Z Nismo, right? Like I said, I wouldn't say that, but then I tried to make it clarified. But it's so hard to choose because Japan's doing all sorts of good things.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like if they put a GTR Nismo engine in a Juke, why don't they do that to a Z car?
I don't know. They should. I mean,
honestly, but there is only one 370Z that actually was the safest out of all of them was the 2014 370Z Nismo. Mm-hmm. Yes, that one actually was turboed, I think. Or twin.
They ever turboed the 370 stock?
I
think they're all NA. But you can turbo them pretty easily.
Yeah, because their compression ratio is pretty good.
Yeah. For me, prettiest car ever, I mean, it's the classic, like, Ferrari race cars, Le Mans
F40,
cars.
Le Mans.
I'm more thinking, like, the Le Mans cars.
250
really
GTO.
Yeah.
Dude, last one I checked, that I watched this YouTuber that said his grandpa owned one of those, and he sold that thing for $9,000. But now he found it again. The thing's almost $78 million.
Yeah, they're absurd. Like, they're so pretty. Like,
dude, they have a 2-liter V12.
And then, I mean, there's also, like, the RX-7 is, like...
Really, the rotary engine, like, really dude, that like that
and sound is like so pretty good on the S.
The only reason why we get that sound from the rotary engine because some of the exhaust gases are getting trapped and sucked back into the intake part, and it's being combusted in there. So that's how the extra soot gets in there. Mm-hmm. So that's how we get that grunting sound a little bit.
And we'll talk more about that in a little bit. But best American car ever. Best period. I mean, you've already said it.
1984 Camaro IROC Z.
Yeah. Really? The IROC?
Yeah, people are hating on it. It's just the engine problem. And I think
I'm not a big IROC person. I take pictures of them whenever I see them because they are cool. But, like, I'm not a big IROC fan. I don't think they're that cool.
I know that's your opinion, but I mean, like, I understand, like, it was just mechanical issues. Anything else, if that car was just lowered a little bit, beefed up, dude, I think it had a 5-liter and somehow it was making 190 horsepower. Like, like that's not good.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have you tell your friend, oh, I have a 5-liter V8, and he's like, how much horsepower? And you say 190. I'm like, I would laugh at that as a young age because I was that kid. Like, I was thinking this car was better than anything else. Because me and my dad would get in arguments that says, oh, the Camaro Z28, I knew the ZL1 was for straight line performance. The Z28 was for track.
Yeah.
And I told my dad, hey, the Z28 could beat your Z06. But he was like, I said something to drag racing. Connor, what are you doing to that poor bed?
What?
Not doing anything. Focus.
Okay.
So actually moving on, because I think we already have it. So the IROC. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not a huge IROC fan. I get you, though. So this is another big one. If you could only drive one car for the rest of your life, what would it be? Now, we are going to take into account maintenance in this. Maintenance and gas. But if you could only drive one.
Don wants to drive a Yugo.
Yeah, Yugo. That's it.
What? What's a Yugo?
It's that really crappy old European Russian crap car.
No.
I drive a Lada.
No,
dude, have you seen people... Oh, my God. Have you seen people do LS swaps on their Ladas? They committed drift cars. It's crazy. Anyway, only one car.
Till the day I die.
Till the day you die. LS swapped Ladas are the coolest thing on the planet. But anyway, continue. Only one car day you die. Your coffin car from now till you die.
Rocket Bunnied Kit 350Z Nismo.
Yeah.
Rocket Bunnied.
For me, GD wagon. Bug eye.
Nice.
I mean, what else for me? I mean, I'm a huge Subaru fanboy. Wagon means it's going to be usable through my entire life.
Yeah, because when you have kids and stuff.
The EJ is, when the EJ eventually goes, you can find new ones. They're pretty common. There's a big base of people who care about them. So
yeah,
I think that would have to be it for me. Also, Bug Eye's the best looking one. Mm-hmm. And good power and lots of fun to drive. Yeah. If you could have one weekend car and one daily, what would they be for the rest of your life?
Oh, easy.
Just sort of expanding on that.
Okay, so yes, for daily driver, there's gotta be one fuel efficient car. Daily driver. You give me your option. So for my daily driver, I would drive a 2006 Subaru WRX STI Hawkeye for like all day because it's still got rally in it. Like it will handle it. And then for other car,
weekend car,
a 350Z Nismo
for the weekends. Yeah,
dude. Like those are still two good cars. There's still two. Like that's facts right there.
Yeah, those are amazing. Yeah. I think I would have to do for my daily driver again GD wagon probably, and then for my weekend car it would have to be either like a modded out track 350 or a 3 Series BMW 3 Series for the track.
Yeah, break my wallet.
Yeah, but they're amazing. So
there's some BMWs that are reliable, but they already called a safety recall on the new Super.
Yeah, I know,
dude. That's terrible. You should have never gotten a BMW anyways. Yeah, BMW. Like literally, there's a video. They counted how many big major parts that actually help the car run. There's 18 to 2 parts. 2 parts that are important into the car that are Toyota, and the other 18 are
BMW.
Yes, God, come on. I know it was like good to save money.
We'll talk about the new Supra a little bit more.
Yeah.
I have some opinions.
I mean, I've seen some people wide body that thing, and that actually looks nice. Just it's the engine. In my opinion, it's just the engine.
Yeah. We'll talk about the engine a little bit more too. That's a big point.
Isn't it a B58?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's the engine.
Okay, so if you could have a dream garage, what would it be?
Actually, our school did a project on that.
Nice.
Sometime I'll email it to you, but
it's fine.
I thought that I thought that was the smoke on B. Like
it is, but it's we just got new ones, so they're being a little finicky.
Okay, but yes, for a car that. Sorry, I just sidetracked. What is it?
No, you're fine. Dream garage.
Dream garage. Okay.
We'll say limited to 5 cars.
First of all, I would have 8 rooms. 2 of them would be garages. In the car, I would have a 2002 Honda NSX Type R, 1993 Honda Integra Type R DC2 with the sleek headlights, not the circular headlights. I would definitely have a Koenigsegg, 1-to-1. I would have.
I'm surprised you went with 2 Hondas. That's sort of uncharacteristic, but continue.
Okay, then also.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
I know.
I would love those things.
I know. Plus, they both have VTEC.
Yes, a great VTEC system.
And then 350Z Nismo. 19, I think. Not a 94. I'm pretty sure they made the GTR R32 in 93. They made the R33 in like. You mind looking this up real quick? Because when did they make the R33? Because I would have a Nissan GTR R33 Skyline V-Spec. They made the V-Spec of the R33. They made multiple trim levels for the R33.
They made a lot of...
For the R33, they went all balls to the walls with specs and trims.
It came out... The R33 GTR was finally launched to the public in January of 1995.
1995, okay. Yeah, I definitely have a 96 R33 because you don't want to get the early newer because you want to see if anything's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. A quick side thing. Sorry, we're getting sidetracked. But if you're buying a new car, you want to get it at least it's 2 to 3 years old because just in case they had problems in the engine.
Yeah.
Like, my uncle straight up told me this.
3 years into the generation, that is, just for
yes. No, not generation. Like, if they come out with a new thing, you want it to get one that, if it's the same model, like, if it looks exactly the same, they keep making. But my uncle literally said 2 weeks or almost 3 weeks before he bought his 2019 Camaro, he said, you want to get a car that's 2 to 3 years old. I fell asleep when he brought it over because I was exhausted that day. So then he woke me up. It was a Saturday. Well, Sunday, and he woke me up, and it was school day. So, like, he took me on a ride in that thing first. But I asked him what year it is, and he said 2019. I'm like, you said you would buy, like, the LT1 engines are prone to have timing belt problems, and, like, something with the valve rods getting stuck. And I told him that. He's like, yeah, I know that, but, yeah. I literally reminded that you want to get a car that's 2 to 3 years old, but he likes the new gen Camaros. Dude, I literally looked at the concept of the new gen Camaros and not trying to offend Chevy or any Chevy fanboy. That I literally kind of gagged a little bit. Like, just what happened, man?
Yeah.
Like, I know design, like, just in case for safety issues, because there's a bar in that black thing on the Camaro. My uncle told me because he's taken off his bumper of his car before, and there's a huge safety bar right there.
Yeah.
So that blow tie is not, like, it's still circulating air, but the blow tie is not big enough.
Yeah. Stop.
Okay, you two don't demand.
So moving on. I think we spent too much time on that.
Yeah.
Your dream car, but it has to be unmodified.
Well, obviously you can't modify Koenigsegg.
Yeah.
Yeah, Koenigsegg 121.
1-to-1. That makes sense. Dream engine swap. What car would you swap it into, and what engine would it be?
350Z Nismo. Keep the stock body, but put a VR38 DETT in it.
I should have expected that. That makes sense.
Yeah, you got a GTR powered Z car.
I think I would be. I had one in mind. I'm forgetting it though.
Let me guess.
Oh no, Lada LS swap. Yeah, Lada LS swap.
It's popular because those engines fit into almost anything.
The other one that it would be besides that is, I know this sounds sort of stupid, but 2JZ into a 3 Series I think would be awesome.
Oh, that's happened.
I know. I'm sure people have done it.
No, it literally. I've seen videos. People have done it. It's like better.
Yeah, I would like to do that. But yeah, look up videos of Lada's drifting. It's so freaking hilarious.
Dude, drifting
I love it.
is fun.
I want to drift. I haven't gone to any. I don't have any cars that I could drift. I haven't gone to any drifting events.
First of all, you need a limited slip differential because if you drift,
Subaru's got those, but not. Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, but that's all-wheel drive drifting. That's what Ken Block does.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I'm not trying to offend Hoonigan or Ken Block at all.
Are you guys done?
We are not, in fact.
Cut.
No, we're fine. We're fine. Sorry, we just had an interruption.
Yeah, sorry. But no, Ken Block drifts with all-wheel drive cars. I'm not trying to be offensive, but in my opinion, real drifting is using real-wheel drive cars. Because you're having extra assistance with the all-wheel.
It depends. I'm making a video about this as well. The difference between power sliding and drifting. I think Ken Block counts as drifting, though, because he's not just letting the car slide and then modulating with throttle. I mean, you watch the videos, the amount of tire smoke he's producing. Like, that's really drifting the car.
Yeah, but he's all-wheel drive. Like, your tires are slowly going to lose. Like, one of these days, he's going to be drifting. Like, I know they put new tires.
Well,
how many gens?
I'm sure he's blown a tire. But.
Yeah, like, it's going to happen. But real drifting is when your back tires are spinning. You got the front ones to control it.
Yeah. I mean, he does that. I mean, I'd say that he barely fits into that category. But anyway,
that's just in my opinion. Whoever, like, all-wheel drive drifting can be fun though.
Yeah.
Like, dude, literally we've seen the videos where like he's chained up and you're doing an all-wheel drive burnout, and I didn't know there's chains when my dad showed me that video. Like, my dad showed me so many videos my uncle has. When he was doing an all-wheel drive burnout, when I first saw a video, I was like, wait, how is he doing that? Because I didn't see the chain, and then they showed the camera angle and I saw the chain. And I was like, oh.
Speaking of all-wheel drive burnouts, have you seen the Trackhawk doing all-wheel drive burnouts? You know what Trackhawk is?
Oh, the Jeep Cherokee? Yeah. Dude, someone near where I live has one and yeets it down the road. Like, just full... Yeah! Like,
if you slam on the throttle on that thing, it'll spin in place. It'll hover on 4 wheels. It's insane.
Yeah, I know. That's what you could do with Ken Block's car and your Subaru if we somehow get it to... do it.
Beef up a little bit, and get a really good clutch drop on it.
Oh yeah, because you don't want to just drop it. Yeah. Oh, actually, recently one of our school friends, his car caught on fire on the highway.
Whose?
Sai. Yeah.
Sai blew up his Toyota Avalon.
Yeah, but he said it started leaking oil and something must have ignited. Then he got a rod in it.
Yeah.
What was
R.I.P. Toyota Avalon.
Yeah, dude, those things run forever if it was
I'm
the V6.
I'm surprised you killed that Sai, not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie, dude. Those things are... Didn't it have a V6? I'm pretty sure those have V6.
We're breaking out the Google machine. I think it is.
Yeah, because my dad told me about something with a V6, and if you get the V6 option, those things will literally run forever. And you know what? Another car that literally runs forever? Honda CXR.
CRX.
CRX. Sorry.
Dude, my dad used to have a CRX, and then it was in a garage fire. But
oh no.
Yeah, it sucks. Is it 2003 Avalon?
No, I'm talking about. Oh no, it's not that.
It wasn't 2003.
It's a pickup truck.
Yeah, no.
No, you know the one I'm talking about with the V6 truck.
Yeah, but Cy did blow up his Avalon. It caught fire.
Dude,
yeah, it's a 3.0 liter V6.
Dude, rip, man.
Rips.
Yeah, he was actually upset in school.
Yeah, it sucks, man. It really sucks.
Dude, for a car enthusiast, if your engine blows, so let's say you have built this big machine that you know it can handle because you have the parts that can withstand the power.
Yeah.
But then something goes wrong, like one small thing in the wiring, and your whole engine just craps out on you.
Yeah.
That's the
worst.
Like, you literally just got done building it, and you've tested and done it.
The Civic's engine's probably going to go eventually. It's really old.
Yeah.
Hey,
future project car, K20 swap.
K20 swap the Civic. We're going to try it maybe someday.
Sorry for interruption. That notification sound. I've heard it.
All right.
This is fun, though.
Yeah, sorry guys, we have a little bit of an interruption. Dom just got to check
sorry.
in with his dad. It's cool. We'll get back on it.
It's still going. Just don't pause it.
Epic. All right, so sorry, we just had to take a quick break. We had some interruptions and we wanted to resume. So we're back again, and we just answered the dream engine swap question.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're on to your opinions on stance culture.
So we're talking about camber.
It's Camber Gang. Yep.
Okay. In my opinion, yes, camber can help you with drifting because there's less resistance on the tires, so you're more likely to slide.
Yeah.
My dad has a friend that is a drifter, has a Lexus SC400, all naturally aspirated, with about, I think, almost 800 horsepower, I think.
Not stock. I don't know what they come with stock.
No. He's modified.
He's modified it out. Yeah.
Yes. So yes. But yes, he actually has said that for cars that have at least near 1,000 horsepower, if you got a 1,000 horsepower drift car, you want at least negative. Like, it depends on what your platform. If it's all-wheel drive, both wheels have to be cambered. But if you have a rear-wheel drive car, you want at least his car has -2 camber in the front and -3 degrees on the front in the back.
So, what are your thoughts on stance culture that's for form, not function? So, like stance meets where people go and they just give their cars a bunch of camber for them to
Well, as long, I will say if your camber is to the point, if it's above, 5 to 6, negative 5 to 6 inches or degrees, then I call that ricer because negative camber is going out this way while positive is going out. It's V. If someone puts positive camber on a car and it's non-functional, immediately rice. But if your camber...
You mean negative camber on a car? I mean, who puts positive camber on the car?
Formula Drift does.
Yeah, but that's just the front wheels, right?
No, it will happen to the back wheels sometimes. It depends on what the car is.
Okay.
But, yes, but if you somehow put positive camber on your car... The only car that looked good and with positive camber is the DeLorean from Back to the Future. That's pretty much the only good car with so much.
These people who put their cars in 14 degrees of camber. And,
if it's so low to where you scrape stuff, I call that ricer.
Okay,
but
so you're not a big low.
I'm not low, but it doesn't matter how many degrees it is. But if your camber actually helps out the curve of your car. I saw this one that had at least 7 to 8 inches of negative camber. And the back wheels were farther out than that, but it was a 350Z. The curved on the back, it matched up with the wheel. It matched up. Quit messing with the snake.
I didn't do anything.
Did he do anything?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I just looked over and
She's being chaotic. I'll feed her in a little bit after the podcast.
Yeah.
So we'll finish this up.
Stop starving your snake.
I don't starve my snake. I just need to feed her.
It takes a while to thaw the mouse. How about you go thaw one right now and then...
Not right now. We'll start them after the podcast. Or maybe we'll take another break. So, if you're going to mod your car, what are some mods you like and what are some mods you don't like?
Obviously, I mods I like, stuff that actually helps with performance handling. Like,
Yeah.
Anybody will tell you that you should get engine parts, but the first thing you should get for your car is suspension, brakes, and tires and rims. You want rims that are not hard. Like, if you have big, like 22 inches, or you got 18 or higher inches wheels that are heavy, you want to get forged aluminum.
Yeah.
Because forged is stronger than cast because it's been compressed all together.
Yeah.
Oh, you know that? Like,
Yep.
So, yes, in my opinion,
So just practical mods that are actually going to do stuff.
Yeah, for a beginner that's on the budget, that's eating the ramen, which sooner or later that's going to be me.
Yeah.
Like, one of these days, just one of these days, it will happen. I don't care. I love myself a good old ramen. But you want to start with tires, suspension, rims, and brakes.
Yeah.
Because you don't want cheap brakes, because I've seen what cheap brakes can do from experience with other people that bought cheap brakes. And usually they ended up crashing because they got the right suspension setup, but the brakes. You
need good brakes.
Like, if you watch the up to speed video or high and low,
They
they obviously went with the expensive kit because cheap brakes are terrible.
Yeah.
So you want...
Same with cheap suspension. Cheap coilovers are horrible for you.
Yes, like low car literally got low... The suspension for the rear wheels was not level. They weren't symmetrical.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say is I went from going from really worn out tires to like decent Continentals was a huge change.
Yes.
Those tires are, if you're thinking about like mods, if you want to give your car just a boost of performance really quick, tires will give you better and everything.
Yes,
always worth it.
And like better stuff.
Better coilovers too. Those
Yes, but in
cars.
my opinion, yes, just the fact that brakes is probably, but you want tires. But let's say you're on a drift budget.
Mm-hmm.
Well, drifting is, in my opinion, a very expensive hobby.
Yeah, it is.
Because if you're a beginner, it's going to be really expensive. But once you get the hang of it and stuff, it's going to be cheap.
Yeah.
Because you're not bumping into crap. You're not wall tapping. You're not wrecking into stuff. It's good, man.
Mm-hmm.
But then let's say that... I'm trying to remember. That you could literally go to your dealers, because I've seen my dad do this, like with his buddy, and he told me that you can go to the dealership and get used tires, like cheap as heck, to begin drifting. It's not I wouldn't recommend it because there's more likely going to be damaged wheels than actual good tires. So if you do, check for nails or anything, because the last thing you need is something to destroy your car, your project car. And on the topic of project cars, you want to have a daily driver.
Yeah.
A daily driver, because if you're playing doctor on your daily driver, if you like that, props to you, but you're more likely to screw something up to where you are stranded at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really good idea to have one car that's going to be your project car, the car you have fun with, and one car that's going to be your one that can reliably get you to work. So as soon as you start modding, like doing some considerable mods, like big stuff, and you're decreasing the reliability of your car, you're going to want to invest in something cheap that can get you reliably from
any cars that you'd probably recommend that are cheap, daily drivers.
So like if I were going to go, if I say where I wanted to mod out the Subaru or something, I would probably want to look for something like a Miata if I wanted something fun for the street, which I think I would want. It depends. I mean, if I were to go with, I'd say like the classic good daily driver cars, Civics, Corollas, Camrys, Accords.
Yeah, especially like I think the at
Legacies,
least 2015 through older
Imprezas.
Corollas, because I think the 2015 had a 2AR engine.
Yeah.
Dude, the 2AR is something unique. Like you can, those are reliable engines, durable engines, matter of fact, and they can handle a lot of power.
Yeah. The thing I was a great setup would have if I wanted to go down the Subi route of having a Subaru for like a weekend Subaru and then a daily Subaru. I would want to get a Forester for my daily Subaru. I'm not a big SUV dude, but it's a more of a wagon. It's closer to being a wagon, and they're really reliable and practical and still pretty fun for their size, and you have all that space to do whatever you want with. And then I would have some type of WRX for that sort of a track car. But next question. Off the top of your head, it's okay if you can't think of any, but off the top of your head, what cars out right now do you think are going to be future classics in coming years?
Well, obviously the 240. Right now, off the top of my head, probably in the next couple years, your bug-eye Subarus are probably going to be starting to. They're getting to that classic age.
Yeah, they are.
But like, what would be like?
And
are we
they're
talking about
getting
like
there.
right now that are soon on their way to being classics?
Yeah. I mean, bug-eyes are people are starting to consider those classics.
Yes.
They're at that turning point where they're going towards the mean.
What else would be? What would
Classic
also
status.
be classic status?
Stuff that's getting there. I mean, S chassis, all S chassis are pretty close to classics.
S13. No, the S13's automatically.
Yeah.
And then the S14, and then the S15's on its way.
On its way.
GTR R34 Skyline.
Yeah.
But the
Classics.
R33 is literally, I'm pretty sure next year or this upcoming couple months is now going to be like a classic.
Like what is it? The
R33.
The what are they called though? Is it? What's the National Hot Rod Association is going to consider it a classic? What cars that are like coming out like right now, like 2020 cars you can buy new in 2020? Do you think are going to be classics way down the road? If you're going to predict
for years.
Yeah, like classics that people are going to look back in the 2040s and look back and be like, man, that car. I wish there were still a lot of those around.
Probably. No, for a monocar, the Vipers. The 16 Viper.
Coming out in 2020, though. Like
Yes,
cars that are coming out right now.
Probably, if
The
we're...
Vipers are already, like, since they killed them, people are like, oh, these are automatic classics. Like,
Yes, but I would think probably the C7 Corvette Z06.
shut up, Alexa. Yeah, the C7.
So yeah, C7 would definitely do
C7s.
something.
Yeah,
But-
manual Corvette.
Yeah.
Probably classic, yeah.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe Chevy might change their mind about taking away the manual, might actually figure out something.
Not for the C8, I don't think, because I think it would get in the way of the frame. But if they put a manual in there. But hopefully something. Yeah.
But I think another car that would... The Lexus LFA.
Yeah.
Obviously, they quit making it in 2012, but if there's a 50-50 chance that
they're
they
gonna
might...
rebuild it,
If
yeah.
they do, I hope it still looks good, like just a modern version.
All right. Now I got a couple quick ones to burn through.
Yep.
Thoughts on Subaru? Cool, good, bad, great?
Hell
cool.
yeah, let's go, brother. They're good.
They're amazing. Yeah, I love
Yes.
Subaru. Thoughts on Honda in general?
VTEC, baby.
Yeah.
But if they bring back VTEC, that'd be great.
It's in. I mean, you can get it in the Type R. VTEC Turbo. It's
Well,
it's
I'm
really
pretty
tight.
sure people made the meme that VTEC is just technically turbo lag minus all the turbo.
Yeah. I mean, it operates similarly.
Back in the day, it was technically a turbo. Might
Yeah,
as
I
well
mean,
be a turbo engine, but now
It was
it's
like getting a
some-
big punch of boost is what it was.
it just opened an extra couple valves, just opened them a little bit bigger to let more fuel, air, and then VTEC kicks in.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes.
And I love modern Honda. I'm less passionate about because they're moving away from. They're becoming a little bit more bland. I really
Like
don't
the
like
Civic Type R has fake vents.
Fake
Like
vents.
I literally, and the new Super. Don't get me started on the new Super because
We're gonna talk about that. In a
yeah,
little bit.
that has.
But like Honda, they went away from like they've stopped focusing on naturally aspirated, high revving four pots, and they've moved towards
Low
turbocharged,
revving,
low
low
revving
revs.
four pots. Which
Dude,
is
who
not,
doesn't like a high revvy
And
Honda
there's no one left
S2?
that makes those.
Who doesn't love a turboed high revving Honda S2000?
Yeah.
The Honda S2000, that was something.
And the thing that really sucks is like all the old Type R's were. I get people are excited about the turbo Type R, but like all the old Type R's were naturally aspirated. You got like the
NSX.
the eighth gen Civic Si had an 8,000 RPM red line. Like that's
The
no one makes
S2000
cars like that
That
anymore.
the AR1 S2000 chassis
Yeah.
revved up to 9,000
Yeah.
RPM, but then the AR2 chassis revved up to 8,200 RPM. So it went down like couple, I don't know, okay, 800
RPM,
yeah,
but, like,
down, but it still was making more power than
It was
the AR1 in the AR1.
Like it's frustrating that Honda's moving towards these bland, turbocharged, weird, bad styling. I don't know. I wish they were a little bit more Honda than they are right now.
I mean, probably because since gasoline is getting scarce a little bit, we
Yeah.
might. Well, I've been seeing videos about how people are still like. There's an electric Corolla AE86 that I saw in a Hoonigan video.
Yep. And we're gonna talk about that actually next question. Actually, let's just jump straight into that.
No, wait, what was the other ones? Did we just go over a bunch of them or no?
Oh,
No, I just want to do a haul of these because these are good.
Yeah, we'll go. Okay. So, but next question though. Thoughts on Nissan? Actually, we'll hold off on Nissan for a second because we were just talking about electrics. Thoughts on Tesla and the electric revolution? Because everything's moving towards electric now.
Let me tell you that. Let's say, how do I put this? Teslas are. They're fruity. They're fruity ratooties.
Why? Elaborate.
I can't say it because I don't want you to. If a bot sees your videos and they'll get demonetized.
All right, what are you saying about them?
Well, I think I'm not liking Teslas. It's safety reasons. It's only safety reasons. They're cool and straight line performance, but it's their safety reasons. Because Elon Musk, if you watch this, we know what's going on. You're half donking your cars, rushing them in the productions. Because
it's
cars some cars before 2012 were actually being the LFA, the Lexus LFA in 2005. They literally took time to build that car.
Yeah, it took a lot.
And then they came out in 2010. Time was probably its best thing, but also its worst enemy at the same time.
Yeah.
Because if this car came out a lot earlier, there'd be thousands of them. There's only 1,000. There's like 500 base models. Then you got 500 Nürburgring editions of these things. And the Nürburgring edition is still the same thing, but with more aero, minus the active aero. I love the base model more than the Nürburgring because that active aero, when it gets up, it just gets higher. The spoiler. Yeah. But Teslas are they're dangerous because they're more at risk. Because
and a bunch of them caught on fire too.
Yeah, dude, I literally saw a video of someone parked their Tesla under where they worked. Like their room was literally right under the car. Mm-hmm. And then the car just started smoking, then blew up and the whole camera was cracked.
Yeah.
It blew up.
The thing is, I'm not a big, I'm sorry, Eid, if you're watching this, I'm not a big Tesla fan.
Me neither. The only Tesla Roadster that I think was good was the Tesla Roadster 1.5, where they had the Lotus body on it.
Yeah, well, the new
that was a safe one.
The new one was vaporware. They haven't even come out with it yet. They just claim that it's going to be a thing. It's not. People who think they're actually going to make a Tesla Roadster, a new one, they're not. It's been in production. I mean, they've said they've been developing it since.
Well, I mean, they claim a 640-mile range on battery.
Yeah.
Dude,
No
if the
way.
car goes supposedly 250 miles an hour, there's no way that the batteries would last long because everyone would be flooring that sucker to the ground.
I mean, you don't even have to floor it with the amount of torque that thing has. Like,
dude, it's just gonna be instant torque right there,
and you're gonna burn through your battery. Like, it would be. I'm not trying to say it wouldn't be amazing if they did it. I'm just saying I don't think there's any real chance that they will.
And a supposed 640-mile range, dude.
Yeah, no.
If you get the top model of the Tesla Model S, you only get almost, I think, 364 miles range. If you get all the fancy bells and whistles and all the performance packages, you still don't even get anywhere close to 500 miles.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be a Tesla hater or like hate on electrics because when I first started to realize like oh they're really trying to make this switch, like we're really trying to get, like Subaru announced by I think it's 2030 they want everything in their lineup to be electric or hybrid. Like Nissan said they want everything by 2050.
Yeah, Nissan's got some problems with their CEO.
Yeah,
supposedly being claimed. Like, I don't know the whole story. I'm not even gonna get into that.
We're not going to get into that right now.
Yeah.
But like all these companies are saying they want to go full electric. Mercedes just stopped developing gasoline engines. I mean, they're still making them, but they're not working on research anymore. And it's crazy. And at first I was like, oh goodness, this is horrible. And now I'm slowly starting to realize, actually electric cars are amazing. And they're so cool and you can do so much more with them.
I mean,
the only thing I'm going to miss is the manual transmission.
Actually, nope. That's still a thing. Because there are people that can swap it in. Like, it's not going to grind the clutch like people think. Like,
you don't. There's no point in having a manual transmission.
Actually,
companies aren't going to do that.
No. People will swap it in. There's going to be. That's a job opportunity for people.
You can have like two. What is it? I saw that one was like a 2-speed electric car. I don't know how that all works.
I don't know.
You don't use gears in an electric car. It's motors on each wheel. But I mean, regardless. However, that's the only thing I'm gonna really miss is a manual transmission. Maybe I'll just put a stick in the car to play with. But I mean,
A fidget stick.
a fidget stick to play with. But,
Just go wee.
that's the only thing I'm really gonna miss. I don't like Tesla though. And I hate the fact that all these companies feel like they need to be making these electric SUVs, which we're going to talk a little bit more about.
Oh, Mustang.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
Oh,
We're gonna
God.
get to that.
Ford, are you on?
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah.
hold the insults for a little bit.
I got the insults locked and loaded.
Yeah, it's horrible. But, like, Teslas, they're cool, but I hate all these, like, they're very gimmicky cars. Like, they really rely on their gimmicks and their weird features. They don't feel... I mean, they get outperformed in basically every metric. I mean, straight line speed, they can.
Yeah, that's the only time they're dominating.
But,
Anything else around a corner?
Around a corner, they can't corner. They overheat. Like,
hell,
they're bad. They're really bad.
Dude, and I literally watched a video when Tesla came out with their model. Tesla's actually been. You can't tell they've been around since 2009. You can't tell the difference between a 2009 Model 3 and a new one. You can't tell the difference because they're same.
I don't think the Model 3 came out in 2009. But yeah, you can't tell the difference between the first gen Model 3. Well, they haven't changed the Model 3. The only car they've updated is they killed the Roadster and they updated the Model S once, and it still looks practically the same.
Yes, but in my opinion, though, that 97,854 people have gotten killed thanks to Tesla. Hear that, Elon? I bet you're dealing with a bunch of lawsuits right now.
I don't know if that's true, but like...
No, I watched the video. The reason why...
don't like Tesla.
Because the autopilot, you know that autopilot is that it reads signs and stuff. I heard one time that literally it was in a school zone that there was kid fatalities at this one.
Well, you're not supposed to use it when you're off the highway. But people are stupid and do it anyway. So.
Yes, and they think literally like I've seen people in a Tesla they're asleep and that thing's driving.
Yeah, I've seen those.
And when I get anxiety, like I'm afraid that thing's gonna do something, so I tell my dad, "Hey, do you mind stay away from the Tesla? That person is asleep." It's hilarious sometimes.
And you can tell when they're using autopilot. It's not a flawless system. You can see them sort of doing weird traffic maneuvers and like. Not going the right speed. It depends. But anyway, talked a lot about Tesla.
Is the best Tesla.
Oh, that's another thing. Let me really quick go on this tangent about Cybertruck. Cybertruck. People who like Cybertruck, you're dumb. It's not offering that great performance for money. The only thing that it has is a 0-60 time that's really good. But if you're buying a truck, you probably don't care about that. It doesn't outperform the F-250 or even the F-150 in most regards.
Actually, the only thing it outperforms is the only thing it could possibly catch up to is it's supposedly, I've heard a claim that it can somehow catch up to a Porsche Carrera 911 or something.
I mean, it can. It's really fast. But, okay, here's my problems with it. It has a couple of big problems. One, people are pre-ordering them. You don't know what you're buying. Like,
seriously, you don't know what you're buying? Wait, there is a possibility. Hey, all you Halo fans out there, they're possibly going to make body kits. It's all you need to do is strap a gun to it, get some Halo suits, make it look like the Warthog. That's the only thing I like about the Cybertruck, because you could possibly make that. Hear that, Halo, Microsoft? Do it! Just do it!
Let me go on this tangent really quick. So, the Cybertruck is... People don't know what they're buying because the Cybertruck is not road legal. So
because it doesn't have mirrors. It has mirrors on the inside, but there's cameras. But by state regulation,
unveiled is not street legal. It doesn't have indicators and it doesn't have side mirrors. So people who pre-order it don't know what they're buying.
Yeah, they're wasting their money on just fake crap.
So
Cybertruck.
Sorry, we just had to go on another quick break. Unfortunately, we don't have a real studio, so we're sharing this space with several people.
Yes, sorry.
And there's some activity going on. So sorry for all these cuts. Hopefully it's still pretty fluent. But, so let's talk about the Cybertruck. So, issues with the Cybertruck, people are buying it, don't know what they're buying. It doesn't offer that great performance. It doesn't offer that great money value compared to competition. One of the big problems with it is, one, has no side mirrors or indicators, so people don't know what they're actually buying because that body cannot be legal. Two, it doesn't, from my understanding, it doesn't have a chassis. Instead, it has this exoskeleton, which is that stainless
steel, sort of like DeLorean style.
Yeah, but the entire body is stainless steel, and they talk about being bulletproof and like being super robust and stuff. They talk about it being reliable. I mean, super like strong, and able to stand up to bullets.
Elon? How much what are the stats? What's the power?
We already know what the power is, but
I don't know.
It's crazy. But anyway, it's supposed to be super. The exterior is supposed to be super strong, but the problem is you've got this sharp nose, these sharp angles, sharp nose, all stainless steel. The chassis is on the outside, and you're driving along, and you hit a pedestrian. Now, normal cars have these great thing called crumple zones, which are demanded by U.S. law, where the car has these purposeful weak spots where it will collapse if it hits a pedestrian. And the reason for that is so that when you hit a pedestrian, they don't die instantly. They have a chance to be cushioned. When you have this bulletproof steel structure and you're gonna hit someone, you're gonna just cut them in half. Like
fatality.
They're gonna die.
Yeah. Elon, quit smoking because we've seen the funny vines of you literally on another podcast just hitting a blunt. Yeah. Bro, come on. And are you just doing that?
It's not even.
Oh yeah, here's a 12 gauge insult. Really, Elon? Quit hitting the blunt, dude, because you're going to get more lawsuits than you're already handling right now.
Bruh. But the whole my main issue is not even with Elon. It's with Tesla fanboys and the incessancy.
Well, I mean, it's rare to find people that are like electric cars.
It's more people. It's tech people who are obsessed with Teslas.
Yeah, it's not the car guy fan base that us car enthusiasts have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's just me. But all right. Thoughts on Nissan, really quick. I know we got off on a couple tangents, but
I love Nissan. I'm a Nissan boy. Woo!
Nissan's great. A little bit of trouble right now financially, but you know what? Nissan's great. Yes. Onwards. I know you have some thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on the new Supra?
Anybody got a trash can? Because I'm about to... No, it's with the engine, dude. They already had a safety recall. Okay, here, I got a bullet 50 cal for BMW.
Can we stop with the gun references? I'm actually going to get, struck for that.
Oh, sorry. Edit that out. Edit that out.
I might.
Yeah, but seriously, what's the engine? People are claiming that it's a modern 2JZ.
It's not.
It's not. Dude, it's already the fuel sensor, the oil sensor, anything that helps lubricate the engine. And it's mostly the sensors problem. And then you got head gasket, severe head gasket failure, and corrosion already. Mm-hmm. And BMW. What?
Make sure you're still leaning back.
And bro, come on. Yeah. Toyota, get your crap together, bruh.
That's a fact. Okay, so here's my perspective. I actually really like the new Supra. In an age where we don't have that many, drivers' cars, and where the Supra's been dead for so long, I think it's great that we're getting, even if it's not a real successor to the Mark IV, I think at least it's good we're getting a Supra.
Well, let me tell you something. What about Acura with their NSX? Dude, the creators that made it, we literally said what we wanted, and the creators was like, okay, we got this and that. Oh, wait, here's a window. Yeet! Let's throw it out the window and do completely the opposite. I love their twin-turbo V6, but the hybrid system, come on.
The hybrid system isn't horrible. I actually like the NSX. I just think it's
it's just design.
Why
and
would
they're
you
bringing
buy
back
it when there's competition that's better?
Yeah, dude, and the fact that now those cars are depreciating so quick.
Yeah. And they're not selling either.
No, they're not selling either. And the creators are like, oh, what's going on? People are probably not interested. I've heard rumors that they're bringing back the S2000, which they have a concept.
So. I hope so.
The concept, it's going to be a little turbo four-banger.
I've seen it, yeah.
Hey, did you know a fact that actually the Honda S2000 concept, when they first were making the S2000, actually was supposed to have a little 2.5-liter inline 5 with VTEC.
That would be amazing.
Dude, but then they realized that the timing, the belts, the VTEC, the stuff wouldn't work, so they went with the final 4-cylinder.
Yeah.
But the only Honda S2000 I actually like is the CR edition.
Yeah.
Dude, that 290 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque with VTEC?
Yeah.
It's got more power than the normal S2000.
But my thoughts on my thoughts on the Supra. I like it. I know people don't like the styling. I actually really like how it looks. I wish it didn't have fake vents, but we live in a society
of fake vents. Don't get me started. The fake vents, bro, come on. If you want more performance.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to get those DIY people out here. I'm going to say that just take off the bumpers.
Yeah.
And remove all the plastic parts and just, boom, you got more power.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, increasing airflow. The thing is, I wish it didn't have as many fake vents, but I can forgive it for the most part. And I wish they didn't go with a BMW engine, but
it's a B5A.
Besides the fact that they went with a suboptimal engine, which really sucks, but still, I mean, an inline-6 turbocharged is an inline-6 turbocharged.
But get this, the Supra was sequential. That means one turbo was low. It was sequentially same with the RB, but who came out with which? Obviously, Nissan came out, so technically Toyota was knocking off.
Yeah.
They were knocking off. Hear that, Toyota? We're calling you out on that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. I wish it was twin turbocharged. I wish it was sequentially, but it is twin scroll, so it's close. You still get that boost at low RPM.
Yeah,
so.
but also the fact that what was I gonna say? But yeah. Do you know that the turbos on the old Mark IV Supra are bigger than the one on the new Supra?
Yeah, I don't know if they are actually. I think
yes, they are. They are. The high RPM turbo was bigger than the ones, and it's medium size compared to the small one.
Yeah. So you're not a huge fan of the new Supra.
The design, come on. Like, you could have at least, there's some cars that they tried the retro mod, like the Plymouth, Prowler or something.
Prowler.
Yeah, they tried that, but like I know my dad said it's probably a market thing, like business, that says that, like, how about, like, you don't want to remake a car that looks exactly the same, but I was like, people that wanted the NSX back, just keep the same body design, but improve where we could now. Like, the stuff we didn't know back then, and now we know that stuff now. Why don't we apply that to the same old look, but just improve aero, performance, suspension, just improve it, but just make some minor looks, not redesign the whole thing. I know that whoever made the NSX, I know you put sweat, tears, and blood into the car. That's what they do with all new cars. But we have our own opinions, but it's just...
I wish they could have catered a little bit more to what the NSX really was.
Yes, because at first, when I saw that, my dad showed me the concept, I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
And then he told me it's an NSX. I'm like...
What is this? Yeah, well, why
I literally gagged. Like, come on.
It's not that bad.
And they're now supposedly making a Type R, which I hope they redesign the body.
I don't know if they're going to.
It's risky. Won't. It's risky at this point.
I hope they do. They really do need to, because it needs an update. So, moving on from that, though, because we'll talk about that for a little bit.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the GR Yaris?
No.
All right, well, we'll watch my news video.
GR
Yaris. Toyota Yaris. Are you familiar with that?
Sort of. I don't know much.
Watch my news video, and you can figure out more about it, and then I'll ask you about that later. What are your thoughts on the C8 Corvette?
Hey, didn't I say this earlier? It looks like a Camaro.
Yeah.
A Ferrari 488 and a Corvette had a threesome, and then 9 months later that thing
popped out.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you ever think it's a positive thing or a bad thing?
It could go either way, but with their twin turbo setup thing, that they're going to make it with a twin turbo. Yes, dude.
Keep talking.
Yes, they are going to twin turbo it with a racing package, with the ZR1 race package.
Do you like the looks of it?
Yes and no. It's a iffy. It's like a hit or miss type of thing. Like with the French fries at our school, like either they're soggy sometimes and they're good and tasty, and sometimes they're hard as a rock.
Yeah.
But, I mean, last year the pizza was good and the fries were terrible. They were always crunchy. But then this year, pizza's terrible and the fries are good.
Oh, wow.
It is twin turbo.
Back in August, this is from Motor Trend. We exclusively reported the upcoming mid-engine Corvette Z06 would feature a twin-turbo flat-plane dual-overhead cam V8 based on the C8R's race car engine. So that's a rumor.
C8R.
We don't know if that's actually true. So that's what they're thinking they will do, which I hope they do.
Yeah, there's a review that the reason why that they're twin turboing and not supercharging it, because the belts, it's reversed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, trying to fit... there's literally something they would have to cut out, something that's to the chassis that helps with performance. They would have to cut it out just to fit that supercharger on.
So they want to go turbo.
Yeah, so that's why they're going turbo.
I saw the Chicago Auto Show, and I thought it was so much more like so much prettier than I was expecting.
Yeah,
it was so nice. Like you see in pictures, and it does not do it justice compared to.
Yes,
like,
you literally physically have to be there. For us tactile learners out there, yes, that's what I'm a tactile learner.
Yeah.
Because I have done this test over and over. I'm 70% tactile. I am.
I'm mostly tactile as well. Yeah.
And I am also. I'm pretty sure 20% audio and 10% visual.
My least favorite thing about the exterior of it, though, is I think the front end's a little bit weird, but
it's too narrow. It needs to be
yeah.
extended just a smidge.
And then I don't like how they separated the quad exhaust because it used to be all in one cluster. So
Yes, that's
They
what made the
spaced
Corvette
it out.
unique. I loved that. Like,
yeah, I decided to space it out. So speaking of muscle cars, sort of things.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the GT500, the new one that they just came out with the
Ford,
Shelby?
you backstabbing pieces of whatever, because Carroll Shelby stated that he does not want another Shelby to ever be made after he passed. When he passed in like 2013, 2014, they're not bringing more. They are not doing that. He strictly said, Ford, how could you do that to someone that helped you win Le Mans?
He developed the last Shelby though. The last Shelby GT.
2013, and he specifically said that he does not want any more Shelby cars to be made. But what's going on? Because my dad told me that a long time ago. My uncle, anybody that knew Ford told me that.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the physical car though? Besides the fact that they
is it just made like any other Mustang?
Yeah.
Crowd killer? Anybody? Anyone want a new crowd killer?
I was at the Chicago Auto Show and I saw one, and it was compared to the C8, where it was really exciting. The GT500 was really underwhelming, and it just looked like a normal Mustang with like a slightly different front end
With a bumper kit.
And it was okay. Like, it had carbon wheels, which is neat, and the spoiler was neat, but like, I don't know. I wasn't that interested in it. And
also,
then I didn't stand on, but I pressed on the front splitter, my foot, and it was all rubber. It bent like so much. I was like, what is this?
Wait, wait, they let you do that?
Yeah.
Sai showed me a video of the concept car. Literally, 2 8-year-olds were jumping on that car, and it was labeled "Kid Parents, watch your kids." Like, I know I'd let that happen, but if they weren't my kids, I'd be like, whatever, it deserved it. But that actually, it does look nice. But if has the same problems, if it's plagued with the same problems as the other cars, then yeah, I'm not liking it. It's just the performance. Like, I know it's just unreliable too.
Yeah. About that earlier, I'm not sure if Shelby ever said he.
A lot of people told me that Carroll Shelby didn't want any more Shelbys being made.
Independent research on that, but Shelby America still exists, and he didn't shut it down.
I know, so. But I was told that he said that he doesn't want any more Shelbys being made after he passed.
Yeah. So yeah, what are your thoughts on the SUV takeover?
The crossovers SUV. Come on.
Still.
Like, are we getting to that point where we're having so many kids that we can't? I don't know if we're gonna get demonetized if I say this. Probably best not to say it.
Yeah, probably.
But if we can't I'm just gonna sugarcoat it. If us people can't stop getting down and frisky without wearing, I don't know, gloves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's so much a population issue, like people are having more kids, because I don't think they are.
We're just being lazy.
More people making stupid car buying choices, like absolutely idiotic car buying choices.
Yeah, like Land Rover. Don't get me started on Land. Remember the 3rd gen with the supercharged V8?
Yeah.
Dude, that supercharger was prone to explosive self-detonation, technically. Yeah. It was so unreliable.
It's the main thing with me is that it's like, it used to be that the default car was a sedan, and now everyone wants an SUV. Why? Like, why would you want that?
It does have its.
It's just a lifted wagon that's fatter and makes less miles per gallon,
and is like it's a gas guzzler.
They all are.
Like, I know we have gas guzzling American cars, but we don't need gas guzzling SUVs.
Yeah, like, which one would you rather have? A stupid Volkswagen, whatever their SUV is, I forget. Is it the Tiguan or is Tiguan? I guess it's a Tiguan. Would you rather have a Tiguan?
No,
or
it's Togeg. It's Togeg.
I don't know what it is.
It's Togeg.
Would you rather have one of those or a Golf All-Track? Like, okay, so one of them is a wagon. It's going to be much more fun driving. Get it with a manual transmission. It's going to be smaller, but you're going to have just as much interior space, better miles per gallon, just as much cargo room.
Dude.
And you don't have to have your 4 inches of height, so you're further away from the road, so you feel the road less. I get that some people want to be taller than other cars, but I don't understand why people like that. Like, it makes me... Whenever I drive,
it's a sensory problem. My sister has that problem. She gets motion sickness in low cars, but when she was in my dad's 2006 SS Trailblazer, it was something sensory. Her sensory was screwed up or something.
Yeah.
But now since he has a Lexus and it's like comfortable because it has like electromagnetic
the magnetic ride, yeah.
Yeah, it has that. She doesn't feel any different. It was just something with the suspension, but I don't think we would be able to find the perfect suspension that would help her.
I don't know. I really don't like SUVs, and I hope people go back to wagons in the coming years.
Yeah.
Subaru.
You better be.
Subaru still makes the Outback best-selling wagon in America.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. The wagon, Subaru's great. Subaru just makes great stuff. And the SUVs they do make are actually capable. You know, all these companies are like,
but
oh, look at us.
I'm thinking, let me get thinking while we were talking about electrics earlier. An electric-powered Subaru BRZ.
I think
now that would
probably
actually
will happen eventually.
But dude, the extra torque and stuff, if the torque can help you get sideways, and it would still technically drift.
Yeah. I mean,
absolutely. But it would technically called... Oh, wait. An electric slide. Get it?
Yeah.
If a Prius can drift, is it technically called the electric slide?
Yeah. I think that'd be cool. So, speaking of electric cars, though, thoughts on the Mustang Mach-E? Same. Disgusting.
Even though I'm not a Ford guy, every other Mustang owner would be like, you could have named it anything else.
Why did you have to steal the Mustang name?
Yeah, because when someone brings up the electric Mustang SUV,
so stupid.
And then the person that thinks of the car Mustang, and they said, "Oh, I like the Mustang," and they're like, "Oh," but then they speak which one it is, and they're like, "Oh, I wasn't talking about that one." And if someone hasn't heard about the electric Mustang yet, they're gonna be like, "Huh?"
They literally, I saw it at the Chicago Auto Show. It's ugly. There's no reason they should have put the Mustang name badge on it. I have no problem with Ford making an electric SUV that has a performance focus. Just don't call it a Mustang. Call it something else. You're defaming the name. It's stupid. And
I mean, the name's already been...
The only reason it's Mustang-y is they put the taillights on it. They put some weird Mustang-y taillights, and they literally painted the silhouette of the Mustang onto its side. So when you look at it, part of the roof is black, part of the rest of the body is white. So it
that
looks like
ricer
the silhouette
modification.
Of the Mustang. It looks like they riced it from factory, and it's stupid.
Hey, but actually the Honda and Civic Type R is riced from factory.
It is.
It technically is. Well,
Mustang Mach-E is disgusting.
Dude, I've seen memes of people taking big old 70 vans and then painting an orange McLaren, but they have special wheels that are from McLaren, and they put it on their van, and it makes it look from a distance. Oh, is that a McLaren?
Is that a McLaren? Yeah.
No, but when
that's what Ford just did with the stupid Mustang.
Ford again. Get off the good stuff. The good. Just get off the good.
Just stop. Please, why does Mustang Mach-E exist? I get wanting electric SUVs, but not like this, guys. Would you ever, about SUVs and stuff and the truck takeover, would you ever buy a truck? Would you ever consider buying a truck? I mean, besides, like, to take your car to and from the track. Like if you were, had to buy a car.
Since I'm a Chevy boy, I'm about to offend some of them about this, but I would actually pick a Ford Raptor. Not gonna lie.
Cool.
Dude, it has the same engine as the new Ford GT, a 3.5 liter twin turbo V6.
Yeah. They're really cool.
And originally on the first gen Raptors, they had a big V8, like supercharged, I think. But then they went with twin turbo V6, which I understand. Dude, it won Baja. But where's Chevy with something that's come? Do you know
they have the Colorado, but that's not the Colorado Bison, but it doesn't come close to the Raptor. The Raptor is just so cool.
It's just like I would take a Raptor, but like I would have to do research on what do I have to look out for, because any car that I recommend anybody who's trying to buy a car, look for what was wrong with it. It's maintenance issues. Just look for maintenance issues. Buy the extra parts if you got the money, just in case when you buy the car, and swap on some new parts.
Yeah.
It's just, I would probably pick a Ford Raptor, but then also, I would probably pick I don't know much about trucks. I really do. Yeah. Oh, the one truck I would be a Dodge Ram SRT4.
Oh yeah.
The Viper powered truck.
SOT10. I think it was SOT10, not SOT4.
Oh
But yeah, I know what you're talking about, the one with the Viper engine.
Yeah, but
Those
dude,
things are
I
super
think that
cool.
was the only Viper powered thing that came with an automatic too.
Yeah.
It came with both manual and automatic. I would pick a manual. Save the
same.
manual. Save the manual.
Only by manual, guys.
Save the manual, bruh.
On that same line, would you ever consider buying an SUV? And if so, which SUV?
I'm going to buy a Subaru WRX. I don't care about an SUV.
Yeah, I don't care either. I mean,
I will buy a Subaru wagon.
Which is
did they make a Hawkeye version
Wagon, yeah.
of the wagon?
Yeah.
Yes.
They exist. They're
Wait,
really
is
cool.
the Bug Eye the one that looks almost Hawkeye but then has that little bulge?
Those are blob eyes. So it went
But yours is Bug Eye.
mine's bug eye. Yeah.
Oh,
So bug eye is circle, blob eye is like circle, and then Hawkeye is the.
no, like there's
The
one
lines.
Hawkeye that has like it's half Hawkeye and then has a circle on the end, so it's like
That's Hawkeye. That's the Hawkeye. So it went
then it's
generations if you want.
okay. No, it's not worth it right now. Just like let's continue on because
Yeah.
we got a little special something for you guys
Yeah,
at
we
the
do.
end.
So
sorry.
if I were to buy an SUV, it would be a Subaru Forester XT because those came with the WRX turbo engine, but they were still SUVs.
Hey.
But I would rather buy a WRX wagon. If I wanted a wagon, I'd buy a WRX
well,
wagon.
you have one.
Yeah, exactly. So, precisely the point. All right, we'll skip that one because we don't need it. Any big goals for the future as far as cars you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, imagine bringing back the F40 from the dead, the Ferrari F40.
For you though, like if in your future, and you see yourself 10 years from now,
I
what are your
would
car
see-
goals?
I would like to see modern cars that we have now, but like at least electric powered, but reliable. And
Yeah.
if I swear Tesla somehow became the biggest thing in the future, I'm gonna be pissed. Considering the fact that he's half donkeying these cars.
So you think you'd own an electric car in the future?
I probably would. Probably.
Yeah.
Like, if I've seen people do do you know, like, what is it called when you put one, like, someone had a 350Z car, but put the 370Z headlights in the back and kept the stock 350 taillights? I love the 350 taillights.
Yeah.
But
I
they
like
put
370
they Tesla swapped
Tesla
it.
swapped it, yeah.
But I think I would like to do that. Just like
Yeah.
in the future, I hope to God cars are still good. They're fast. They're cool looking.
All right, that sounds good. On a different subject entirely, to you, what's the number threshold that you say a car on this side of this number has like smaller horsepower, and a car on this side of the number we can say has big horsepower? Like, what's past what number would you say is big horsepower?
Back when I was a kid, like around 11 years old, if your car had over 600 horsepower,
That's considered big.
that was considered big. But now, to be considered big, like we have the Corvette C7 ZR1.
Yeah.
They brought back that has 755 horsepower. We have the Dodge Demon, the Dodge Hellcat.
800.
Yeah,
700.
840 horsepower, 779
Yeah.
pound-feet of torque. And then we got the Hellcat with 707 horsepower. And then you got the Red Eye Hellcat with 717 horsepower.
I was expecting 600. I'd say that's a good number to say is like big horsepower.
Yeah, so in my opinion, if you are making around at least 690 to about 715 horsepower, then you're considered in the big you're in the
horsepower.
big guys. You're with the big guys, big fellas.
Which would you say is more important, weight, torque, or horsepower? Number wise.
Obviously, weight. If you
Yeah.
have a lightweight car, dude, it doesn't matter because the Corolla was lightweight.
Yeah.
But
And that's why I
the
prefer
MR2. Let's start on the MR2. That car was lightweight,
Yeah.
and it had supercharged. It had like 210 horsepower.
Yeah.
That car was light. It was a rocket. It outperformed the NSXR. It outperformed it.
In some cases, yeah. It depends on the driver.
It was straight line performance and around track. While the Honda NSXR, that was a good car. You made Ferrari sit on their butt for like 3 years.
Yeah, did you see us like a drag race them and beat Ferraris?
Yeah, like the old videos,
Yeah.
like from the 90s or something. Yeah, dude, that was hilarious how a Japanese... No. Oh, I was thinking of I'm going to describe the Honda NSXR in 3 words.
Yeah.
Reliable Japanese supercar.
Yep. I mean, that's fair. That's correct.
Dude, it was. Like, most cars at the time were not.
Next question.
Yes.
Do you prefer cars with a good driving feel or cars with big numbers?
Good feel, because
Good feel.
they like when you like this is sort of the built not bought, because if someone buys a new car they've never driven and they swing that sucker like they've driven it before, they're going to wreck it. You need to get a car and see how it handles nicely. You need to have like a couple months or just almost a whole year of experience with your car to know how that thing handles.
Yeah.
And how it will react when you do this. Because if you do something that you've never done before for the first time, you're going to end up somewhere terribly.
Yeah.
Or if you get lucky, you might survive.
Who is your favorite car YouTuber?
Right now,
Car parts and exhaust farts. Continue.
That's one of them, but I have three. We have Daily Driven Exotics is not my first.
Excellent.
That's my third. Your channel is second. And then first one is Supercar Suspects.
Okay. So
I haven't
you're a big
seen them
fan of
put-
the supercar.
Yeah,
type
Supercar
YouTuber.
Suspects with Chris and that stuff, because
Yeah.
they're doing crazy stuff. But then there's Chris Fix.
Chris
Okay,
Fix
for
is
top
cool.
5, yeah, you're still second place no matter what. But you're getting close. You're getting close to first place. You're on the edge,
New
dude.
content coming soon, guys. Stay posted.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Go ahead with top 5. You were gonna say.
All right. So Chris Fix is actually now at number 3 because he's been showing how like he could take this crap. Like he has a Mustang
Yeah.
that
The
he
drift
started the drifting, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, I can't really. I'm sorry, I'm brain farting right now. Just so many thoughts going right now. ADHD makes me think so quickly that I've brain fart.
We'll go past this one. I
Yeah.
think you've answered it pretty sufficiently.
Yeah.
What's the fastest car you've ever been in?
My uncle's Camaro. We got that thing to near 160.
Yeah. Pretty quick.
Yeah, dude, it was torquey AF.
Last few questions.
And then the surprise.
And then the surprise. Thoughts on, this sort of relates to stance culture, thoughts on big wings /
I will only like big
DuckTales.
wings as long as I can. I will call it a wing if I can bend my arms like this and somehow fit them both.
fit them both under there.
Yes, like,
That counts as
like
a wing.
I enter through here, and if I can fit it, I call it a big wing. Anything higher than that where I can fit my head, But I will like big wings if it's for drifting, like the Torque Stallion from Hoonigan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you approve of big wings as long as they're being used practically.
Like drifting.
Yeah.
But if it's just like a stance thing, just go ducktail lip or 3365 racing wing, I think. Or
Yeah.
is it 3336 racing wing?
So speaking of wings, are you a nuggies or a tendies sort of boy?
Like
Like chicken. Nuggies or tendies?
I get it, but what do you mean? Like wings or wings?
Like chicken nuggets? Like from McDonald's or like chicken tenders?
Oh.
Or like Popeyes? Like you crispy boy, you less crispy?
I want it to use for aerodynamics. I don't need a ridiculous big
I'm talking
wing.
about I'm talking about chicken right now, not aerodynamics.
As long as
chicken.
the chicken tenders are boneless, let's go.
So tendies. You're a
Yes.
tendies boy. Tendies, that's right, yeah. Ooh, ow.
Oh,
Tendies.
sorry.
No, you're good.
Sorry, I fist bumped really hard.
That was aggressive. Yeah, I'm a tendies boy. Tendies all the way.
Woo! Boneless.
Burger or pizza?
You have drawn the line. Because I like both.
You're both. Okay, that's fair.
Dude,
they're
who
amazing.
can't resist a good burger and pizza?
Best
oh, wait,
burger,
vegans.
Five Guys.
Never been there. It's crazy expensive.
They're amazing. Boobs or butt?
I watch anime, so I like both.
All right, epic. We got a 50-50.
You're really
boy.
going to get demonetized for that one.
Yeah, that's fine. Sammy
mean-
K did it, and she's not demonetized.
Well, I mean-
shout out Sammy K.
Hey. It's just, I don't need a lot of junk in the trunk, and I don't need a big turbo setup yet. I don't need that big, because when you get old, they just get a drop.
All right, moving on. Speaking of turbos, favorite part of the car. Favorite part of a car, generally. You can pick one. Just a car part. What's your favorite?
Piston.
Piston. Epic. All right. Let's see. Coolest car you've seen in the wild ever.
Lexus LFA.
Epic.
And I have seen one LaFerrari and a Bugatti Veyron. 2009.
if you could tell us really quick, what's your favorite car story? It can be from you or from someone else.
No, I was experiencing this. So me and my dad, when he had his SS Trailblazer, he was on naturally aspirated power.
Yep.
But he was making about 550 horsepower and about 490 pound-feet of torque. We went to the St. Louis drag race track. So they said I had to be 16, but they let us slide because my dad knows a lot of people, and that's a good thing. So we got by. I could only be allowed once, so we were racing against a similar powered 1979 Corvette. That's been modified a little bit, but he only had a little bit more torque, but we had more power than him. So we ran down on the half mile. He literally just like torque converted it because it was automatic. Launched that thing. We got to almost, I'm going to say 150, almost 170 miles an hour.
Dang.
And we ran a 13.276.
Nice. Wow.
That's a quick boy for a LS powered SUV.
Yeah, that's really solid.
Like, we literally were neck and neck in the Corvette, but once the thing shifted to third gear, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, let's see. Can you make... you have a special talent, Dom. You have a very special talent.
Yes.
Will you make the car sounds for us, please?
Ah.
So Dom here can make really good car sounds.
We'll get to the best, but I'm going to need audio things for this thing. So let's start off with an F1 car, a turbocharged V6.
All right. Wait, no. I'll put them in post. All right. So F1 turbocharged V6?
Yeah.
I'm going to put that right here. Okay, now you do it. Mint. Sit down.
All right. Now we're getting to the Japanese cars. All right. It'll go either way. It depends on how my voice is.
Yeah.
So, Supra or RB?
Connor, go run and get him some more water.
Oh, I'm gonna need that immediately. Get moving, boy. All right. Just here. Let's give a minute because I actually need that water for that. If you want to hear the spool up, you're gonna need the water.
Okay. Try to get your can prepped. So he has a special way of prepping up a can. I purchased this NOS energy drink can, #sponsored, and you have to pressure it down in a certain way so that it resonates the right way. And he's pretty good at it.
All right, any of you heard of Lamborghini Huracan? Sorry, that actually screws up my voice.
Excellently done.
All right.
I'll try to insert some clips of the actual cars in here somewhere so you can hear how like close these are, because it's pretty absurd. Like you hear these and you think, what is that?
All right. Either in the comments, what do you think it sounds like? Because it will sound like either RB or 2J. Sorry.
Bruh.
All right, now this is a Skyline.
You hear that flutter though? That flutter
All right.
That's amazing,
All right.
dude.
Who wants to hear another supercar that I've learned? Or
Go for
let's
it.
start with a rotary. It still needs some work, but.
Tell me that's not perfect. Like, oh my god.
All right, Lexus LFA, the most orgasmic sound that you can ever hear. You might want to do that thing because there's gotta be a side by side.
All right, wait. Pause. Now resume. Just to insert it. Close to the mic a little bit. I want to be quicker. Dude, that's amazing. All right, can you do a can one more time?
I'm gonna go full send, but last time I did this, I threw out my voice.
Let's go for it. We're going for it. Full sun time.
Hey, you two, over there.
We got 2 witnesses.
Yeah, cover your ears. No joke.
It's gonna be loud. All right.
No joke. I'm
Continue.
warning.
Let's go.
Warning. Ear
Towards
rape
the mic.
warning.
Not directly into it, but yeah, right there. Oh my god.
Dude, the saliva shot in my eye.
That definitely just blew out that mic, bro.
All right, highway pole. Let's go highway pole.
All right.
Turbo Civic versus Turbo Huracan.
Oh my god. All right, well that's enough.
Voice. Rip my voice.
Well, yeah.
You sucks in
The audio wasn't full the entire time.
It wasn't full, or was?
No, it was just
It was just completely full. All right, well, thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, Don.
Hey, we'll see you guys next
Yeah, we'll
time.
see you guys in another one. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. This is a very interesting experiment.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Woo!
Check out the other stuff on my channel. You'll see more of Dom hopefully coming up soon. See you guys later.
Hey, send in the comments what you want me to practice next,
Yeah.
because it takes me a while.
Comment things. Woo!